on camera, I prefer it. I think it's good. I'm
Okay.
doing all the pun it now, so I'm all used to all this fucking on camera
Yeah.
shit. But no, I think it's better. And we got Adam Richardson in the chat, the legend that is,
Oh
saying, yeah,
God, my man. Oh no,
saying
he's gonna
yeah, all
ruin
good, saying
me.
yeah, all good. That guy's a fucking battlehead. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Salute Adam. We went.
shout out to everyone in the chat.
Oh,
Oh fuck,
okay.
let me just share this as well. Let me just fucking share this out.
Me
Um,
when I went to when I met you at Summer Madness, like I
mm,
with Adam at Summer Madness, right? And
yeah, yeah.
when Soul versus Gemini happened, this little fucking prick. That's your man's. That's your man's out there dying. I went, oh really? You're gonna throw that Scottish card in my face now?
Yeah.
That's your man's dying out there while Gemini's calling him a racist. Brilliant, thanks.
It's lost
Between that
lost battle,
and
man.
having some
Can't
guys
believe I
call me
saw that.
was crazy.
Mm, mm. Was something about choosing a Gucci belt over a match. I can't really remember. Like, 'cause I just saw it, so I can't really.
Right.
Okay, I've posted it, dude. So yeah, are you just ready to go? Should we just jump into it?
I'm ready to rock, my guy.
Hey everyone, it's Tom here with a very special episode. We've never done one of these before, and it's getting me very excited doing one of these tier lists. I mean, I love the format, obviously. And this is a video I've wanted to do for a long time. This is a video that I've thought of for years. It's something that I just want to chronicle, I suppose. No pun. We're going to get to words of weapons, but just something that I wanted to document. I think battle rap history, archival stuff, flyers, I just find that stuff fascinating. So, yes, today we are looking back on what I believe is pretty much the definitive list of UK battle rap leagues. I think we've missed a few. I think there's few I was too lazy to find, but we pretty much done it. We've got the chat watching right now, so I'm sure they're going to let us know any leagues we've
Mm-hmm.
dropped, and we're just going to go through, and we're just going to it's a tier list, and we're going to go alphabetically through all the leagues we find. And I say we because of course it isn't just myself; it is my erstwhile guy over here. Love chatting battle rap, my man, north of the border. Cammy, how's it going?
Oh come on, I'm good. The streets have been calling for a reunion, man. It's been a while, and this has
Well,
been. And you are right in saying this has been years. Like you've had this
yes.
idea to
I
me,
think I
you
told you
know,
like a year ago, so my bad for not doing it sooner.
Kane.
But
This man's leave me hung out dry, just waiting,
yo,
just so you could
you
pick
had
me up
champion of the
and
year
ring
videos to
me.
make, dude. I didn't want to like step on any toes. Like,
Yeah,
didn't Geechee like retweet you or something? And he was like, "This is a great
no,
video."
yeah, the champion of the year list.
Yeah, that was
Gitchy, I get
crazy.
a lot of love for that.
Yeah,
Although it's funny because everyone in Black Compass was calling me racist, which I just laugh off because I fuck with the
well,
family. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
come out there and everyone else in the Twitter side's like, "Oh, this is a great list," and it's just the two worlds, the two worlds. It's just one of those things. They didn't like that I had the Sora's top five, but others did. So I'm just being the man, Tom.
Okay.
I'm learning.
Yeah, Saurus has had a. I think Danny Meyer said like I'm like I've had a banner year like Hulk. Like Saurus has had a banner year like. Um, and look, we got a tier. I was gonna go on this whole Danny Meyer Saurus tangent, but we've got a tier list. I think it's gonna take a
It's
while
going to take a while
to get
itself.
through. So, so yeah, guys. So basic rules are again, you can see below all the leagues pretty much. It kind of cuts off 23 media here at the bottom, but you can sort of see them all. We're going to go in, roughly alphabetical order. And I guess we'll just kind of agree. I mean, one of the important things I want to get across here is that every single league here is S tier in my eyes because they're a battle league that put on battle rap. Like, it doesn't matter if it's one event like BRR in the park or, like
Oh,
Don't
this
Flop
is the
or
softball right here, right before he says how he really feels. You're a battle rap league. You're my one true love. I love battle rap. Battle rap, rap in the park, D tier.
look. And it's not like we aren't going to rank these. And I think quite obviously there's like an S tier and then there's whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone, is what I'm trying to say. I know people are going to be really like battle rappers. I thought it was a cliche before I started doing the podcast that battle rappers were like drama queens, but they really are. And I think this is really going to tick them off and league owners as well. So what I'm saying is just embrace it. This is a bit
Yeah,
of fun.
you know what? We're talking from our own perspective.
Of
We just
course.
seeing
Of
what we've
course.
seen and what we lived through. Because between me and Tom, we've been in battle rap for so long that most of these leagues, we were a fan and watched them come up. We watched them
Yeah.
die. We watch
Yep.
them fall into like no longer being in existence. We watch them rise again. We watch the scandals. We've seen everything. So this is just like almost our lived experience of all these battle rap leagues, and we won't know them all. He's going to throw
God,
loads at
no.
me. There'll be a few that I won't like. He won't know that I
Yep.
might just. Oh, I remember this battle, and like it's just our lived experience with battle rap in the
Mm-hmm.
UK and trying to develop some sort of tier system.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this is just, dare I say, important for future generations. I think this is some nice
Um,
preservation here. Quite a lot of these leagues have gone. Like they're hard to find. Like you'll find like a husk of it on Verse Tracker, You'll see like the
yeah,
grayed out battles, or like Young Crumpet will have to tell you, like in a DM, that like, oh yeah, it was real. Like shout out to Young Crumpet. He was great on the research here. I definitely leaned on him hard when I was
oh
coming
my
up with this
god,
list.
what that guy.
So yeah, I mean, let's just get into it then. So we start with a media-based company in Manchester. This is 23 Media, who I remember watching these videos when they came out
Uh-huh.
because my first love really in battle rap was Soul, as I've discussed at length.
Yeah,
And Soul versus Matter is still my favorite battle after all these years. It's still my favorite battle, and I rewatched
like
it the other day, and I was like, no, it's still the greatest. But after Soul, it was Kruger.
right. Okay.
Because
So
he's
so
yeah.
let's make sure we got this right then for this because we're going to get this out of the way. So you've got a battle there, Soul versus Matter, and then Kruger, right?
Mhm.
But how many battles has that league got? Because I don't think it had that many battles.
No. I'm not saying these battles are on there. I mean, they're just don't flop. But I'm saying that
Oh,
Kruger had a freestyle video on this channel around the same time I was
right.
getting into battle rap, and it's kind of one of these channels. You know what I mean? Where it's mostly kind of cipher stuff. It's very
Okay.
scant in the way of battles. So I really do. I mean, Innuendo has a GEE clash on there and stuff like that. But pure nostalgia alone and just kind of a wonderful time capsule. Like, I don't know, man. I'm putting it C. I gotta put it
Was
C. I can't put it
exactly
B.
about to say C tier, my guy. I
Yeah,
was just about to say C tier because you know what? There is a nostalgia, and nostalgia is going to play with a lot of these as well.
hell yeah.
That like just in general. So I think C's fair, and it was more of 23 Media seemed to be more of a promotional tool more than anything else. And you had
They
some
were.
battles to get revenue on. Here's Kruger's freestyle. Here's this. Here's that. Manchester hire us for whatever. So C is fair, but it might get knocked down depending on what else is on that C
Well,
standard.
yeah, it's a busy roster, and I should add as well, they've almost got 1 million views. 23 Media, 940,000. They
Yeah,
joined on the 15th of November 2011, which was just fertile UKBR time. Like that was that kind of. I don't know if Grist Blizzard had even come out then. I
I
think
think
that
that
came out
was
at
that. No,
Christmas.
that must have been round about that time because
It was
that
right. I
like
think it was a Christmas release though. It was like a kind of New Year's release, so it would have been
right.
just before then. But yeah, fascinating nonetheless. Now, a league close to my heart, a league close to where I live. Not far on the train. I in fact I went to a gig in the city that this league was based in just 2 days ago. I saw the 900, which is the Tony Hawk cover band. I don't know if you're familiar with those, but they cover all the games. They are
Okay.
extraordinary, absolutely brilliant. Barmageddon. I want to hear your thoughts on Barmageddon, the War version.
Okay, so Barmageddon, because I've also written notes of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I think Barmageddon was just fun. Let's say that to say the least. That you had like Soul versus Pamphlet, which is a battle I've been honest, I never seen. I thought, oh, that's just a fun clash. And then it was I think that was where Sprungy seemed to be most active.
Yeah, he loved Wolvo and it loved him. It was one of those.
They did.
Yeah, they
There's a
enabled each other.
random. Here's a random duo that you never think would have happened: Sprungy and Tenchu as a 2-on-2.
That is one of the biggest divides in talent, respectfully, battle rap
It's
wise, I've
just,
ever. It was like sketch and census type, like.
yeah, that is great.
Yeah.
See, going back and going to the battles there, I think I would be putting that close to a C as well because it was
Mm-hmm.
just fun. But
Mm-hmm.
at the
Mm-hmm.
time in that time in battle rap, like because it was like 2012.
Yeah, it was 2012. Yeah,
It
it
was
was a
kind of like when
flourish.
Don't Stop wasn't booking, Barmageddon kind of had it covered,
Yeah.
and there was a lot going on then. That if this happened at another time period that we'll get to, it would probably would have been higher on my list. But I think a C and maybe just before 23 Media right now.
I would put it before. I think it has some really robust, enjoyable battles. Like again, I'm not from Wolver, I'm not from the Black Country, but I just kind of appreciate that whole thing. I put Pete in the thumbnail there in loving memory,
Yeah,
actually.
I had that on a note too. Like
Yeah,
Pete had a few battles on there too,
he did. He
and
did. He
and
wrote a
it was,
Christmas
it was Pete,
poem.
Pete
The
Cashmore versus Sprungy as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah, yeah.
Like and you could see it. Watch. I've made a point today to watch the Pete battle with Sprungy, and you could see that it was fun and Pete
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
comfortable, and
Infectious.
it was
Yeah.
really nice to see that. Like and just the usual casual mum joke, fart joke, whatnot, but
Of
fat
course.
joke, Sprungy. But it was really nice to see a comforting environment, and I've got to give Barmageddon credit for that because it definitely comes across on screen.
You do, and one of the things that I like about Armageddon, they're kind of just in a bar, like you know what I mean. They're kind of there's no, it's not really battle rappy. It's just kind of
Uh,
matey, and that Christmas event looked legendary. I'm pretty sure me and Pete spoke about that on BRR, and then maybe
yeah,
some other people as well. But I think they only did a few events, but I love that there was for a time a kind of West Midlandsy league
yeah.
there. So yeah, little more confused about Barnaval Battle League. This is one I wasn't aware of. Lil Maisie kind of roamed here.
Mm, Barnaval, the
Do
Barnaval
you remember
League.
this? I don't remember
I
Barnaval.
know, you know what? There is a part of me that you said Little Maisie's League, and that I remember that more than I remember the
Little
name.
Maisie's League. I mean, what a
Yeah,
phrase. Yeah.
Like, but did them battles not get like taken down or something?
There's a few still online.
There's
BBL,
two still online. I'm sure
Barnaval
a good
Battle
amount of
League.
them got deleted.
Yeah.
Like, if they didn't want to be connected to Little Maisie anymore because
Well,
he's
it's
just a
interesting. Yeah. Little Maisie
wild
versus
guy. Now,
JJ. Little Maisie
I,
versus JJ still up there. JJ Santana. But the rest of them, there are previews of them, but not actual clashes. So Barnaval Battle League. Yeah.
Barnaval's D, and I don't know if I'm doing
I
that
am going
for
to go D. No, I was going to say D as well.
like
Confused.
that was an easy one. Thank fuck the first D one was solid Little Maisie's league. Fuck.
Now, I mean, a league, I believe, with one event, right?
Uh
But
huh.
possibly one of the most impactful events in UK history, a giant event.
Is this,
Battle of the Brave.
yeah, I was about to say Battle of the Brave.
Battle of the Brave.
Now, so
Scoop,
powerful.
Gem, like Pat, like oh my
Like Hall, like I mean, I'll say that I'm only going to say the name once. Bonkers versus Hitman Holler.
Mm.
Like there was big names. Ministry of Sound looked like it was packed. The Scoop came alive.
That's the oh my god.
And we
Cold rounds, like yeah.
come here, rap something, battle him out of here. That was
Hollywood stuff, unbelievable.
honestly like the high that you would have been after doing that and
What a
shutting
god
the
for
building
doing
down
that,
the way
yeah.
you did. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Like, but I wish they did more, but I think that ended up being quite a cesspit of money, to be honest. I think they lost a lot of money and it
Yeah,
all fell apart pretty quickly. But to have Hitman Holler in the UK, like that to
JC.
me on its own,
Yeah.
that is probably a C tier, like maybe
I wanted to put B actually.
yeah,
I
that's
think
but
it
like
was a
bottom
big
end of
event,
B.
like
Bottom end of B.
bottom end of B.
Because it's one event, but one superpower, and
It's
everything changed after that.
it did.
Everything changed.
It did. It did. It introduced
Like
the whole
big
new.
events happened way more often. The standard was set by this random league. And how often were we doing live pay per views?
Never dream of that.
Exactly. This event was live pay per view. Okay, it was a really scummy site, and I'm sure I bought the pay per view. Couldn't get access to the pay per view, so I
No,
had to bootleg it.
no. Right.
Like, but it was a powerful one. So yeah, I think B, but there'll be things above that. Like bottom of B, top of C is
Mm-hmm.
pretty fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Um. Gem fucking didn't he? Did Gem
Gem
go
and Gem
back?
and
Gem and Clips.
yes, like dyslexic reading. It's
Oh
you
yes, the
repeat the
sentence.
same
Yeah.
sentence over and over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. What was the? He has like a "This Is London" like jet lag. I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, oh yeah, I'm in London, so you're getting 5 hours of head.
Right. Okay.
That was clips. That was clips.
That was right. Yeah. Yeah, I think B's fair. Battle Royale. People don't remember Battle Royale, do they, Cam, for the most part?
Nah, this is one I'm not too familiar with.
Tenshu affiliated, which is cool.
Uh-huh.
I believe Tenshu was involved. Like, he seems to be in the background of quite a few of these. But yeah, Jace Bard did a freestyle street battle there. Um, King Surf. It's so weird to like do a battle rap podcast that covered the UK scene so forensically, and I'm like, who's this? Like,
Yeah.
but Bambi versus Disfigure. But yeah, okay, these are kind of low view battles, not kind of it's your classic sort of city league that just kind of
Yeah.
happens at sort of like it doesn't really feel like it's kind of entrenched anywhere or got any really real
No,
direction. But
no, there was no power in the league, and there was no what sounds like you're telling me there was no following.
The most popular battle is 21K Azzy G versus Jam Dank Grime Clash. Haven't watched that, but
Okay.
yeah, for the most part, it seems like there's a little bit of Tenshu live here and there, and I love that Tenshu just clearly, obviously loves the scene and like gives back so
Yeah.
heavy, which is great. But yeah, I think people watching this, people listening back, Battle Royale, it's just not really got any familiars for the most part.
Nah, nah. So will we put that like maybe top of B maybe or bottom of C?
No, I can't put it B to be honest with you.
Oh,
For the battle.
D.
Oh, D.
Like bottom of
Yeah.
C,
It's
D.
above Barnaval. It's above Barnaval, I think. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Red Bull GMT. Um, oh
Freestyle.
no, oh no, hang on. This is this is out of order, isn't it? So I'll just put that a little bit back to Red GST. So break the barrier. So I'm a little confused on Scottish Battle Rap Cam because it seems
Yeah.
like there's like lots of different like leagues that are just on other channels. Like there's like Breaking the
Yeah.
Barrier, but Scotland Stand Up, but also like what's it,
Crystal
Crown?
Battle.
Yeah, KD. Yeah, it's just kind of like it's quite a hodgepodge. I don't know.
So what battle rap in Scotland? To be honest, like if you were a Scottish fan of battle rap, you were a fan of Don't Flop. You were a fan of all these leagues,
Mm-hmm.
but the issue being is that people were throwing battle rap events as a form of promotion for themselves. So like you could have a so and like I don't know. I don't think So only did like 3 Scottish battles ever, and maybe that
Yeah.
tells you more than I can ever
Oh, yeah.
explain. That with these leagues, it was a lot of it was this sick cipher. We love hip hop, but we also throw battle rap events
Yes.
like every so often. And I think, and to be honest, like likes of like the league you've mentioned, they are all of them, most of them apart from Iron Bars, really became they were more music focused with some battles where Iron Bars became battle rap focused with some music inside it, like it was inverted. So I wish I could tell you more about this league in particular. There was a few that I follow, like I tried to follow, but I think I watched a few battles and just said no, Scottish battle rap's not for me, and that's no disrespect to. I'm being honest, man.
No, I appreciate it.
Like that's not disrespect to like the Scottish leagues that were had like before Iron Bars and or was it Scott Talk? I can't remember the Latin one. That was
I don't even know that. That's cool. Yeah.
no. There was the Scott one that you said. I just had it in my head.
Okay. There was like KD and Crown or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was a stand up Scott.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Scottish
That one I
stand-up.
did follow for a bit, but it was just I just at the time when they were all coming up, it felt like it was a few years behind.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were 2014 and we were looking for bars, we were looking for a bit more aggression. We've just had Checkpoint 1, Checkpoint 2.
Oh
We had all of these events that were happening, but it felt back like Scotland was still kind of in that lunar sea time,
definitely.
which I get there was for Scottish people, our humour is pee bum bum anyway, and it'll forever be funny.
Yeah.
But I think when you're looking for your raps, you were looking for something more serious, so it kind of got pushed to the side.
Yeah.
So a lot of these Scottish leagues, I didn't follow. So I wish I had.
What are we saying then for breaking the barrier? I mean, you don't really know, right?
We don't really know. We could put bottom of C.
We'll put it bottom of C. We'll put a respectful bottom of C.
And that's out of respect.
And speaking of respect, I hope you're respectful with this next one.
Oh
This is
God!
a very, very serious battle rap resume league. So a little bit of history on this, because I lived in Oxford at the time. So originally the thought was, let's do an Oxford event, let's do an Oxford battle rap event, and like I had a few friends and and like people in bands, and we could kind of get a venue. But the more I thought about it, the more I was like, oh, this is like getting a horse to water. Like, it's not really getting the battlers here and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I then just completely copied Don't Flop. I went to exactly the same location of
You
Hyde
did.
Park that I battled 142 at, and where they always went for their tryouts. Just opposite the alley pally by the Queen Victoria Monument.
Yeah.
And got my friend Sam there, Ben Jones, great friend of the show as well, who was kind enough
Yeah.
to, he's a proper cinematography expert, that guy. So he was brilliant to have directed. Nathan Jones as well. We got
Yeah.
some cameras, we got some people, went out to the field.
Yeah.
All the battles are online. There was a few people there, there's a few family members there and friends there who wouldn't normally
Was
go
it not a
there.
barbecue? Was there not a barbecue there?
There wasn't a barbecue. I did give Evil vodka, and that was the biggest mistake of my life. Like, you watch Mastermind, he obviously goes absolutely out of his mind during that.
Oh, evil.
But yeah, we recorded a little doc as well. My friend Sam that I mentioned, we did like a 20-minute documentary, and it sort of introduced me throughout the day. So if you haven't seen that, that is a funny little BRR.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm just thinking objectively about the battles,
Objectively,
I'd
it's
say I'm
like,
better than Battle Royale.
yeah, okay, we could say better than Battle Royale, but
I
your
won't
most
say better than Breaking the
battle
Barrier
is
though.
Max Gary versus Evil. So don't jump out the high horse like it was a great
Max
success.
Gary, that was the headline.
That was the headline. No, that wasn't your head. No.
No. Well, to be fair, Mastermind was the headline, and that actually came out really nicely.
Right.
And Ben did a really good job on that, and it was great. And Danny Jack, and that was back when no one had seen her, and like was willing to come on it, and he was great, and Danny Jack was great, and that was really, really fun. So, yeah. Any more thoughts? It would have, it is a lot of stress, even for something that was just as kind of trivial, but still important and fun. But it wasn't like.
Before we continue, what made you book that battle? What made you book Matt Kashari versus Evil and thought, Jolly G, that's a great idea?
I can't really remember that process, actually. I can't remember how I properly got the battlers. I think I did like a call out. But one of the things that did piss me off was there was this guy, I won't name him, good friend of the show, as I always say. I think he was on, actually. Obviously, I did a lot of top tens with a lot of, guests and whatever. Of course. I'm pretty sure he was on, and we would chat and stuff. And then when this event was coming up, he was like, oh, I'd really like to be part of this event. I've never battled before, but this seems like a good opportunity, and it's not too stressful.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, bro, cool. Yeah, no, definitely. Let's do it. Book the whole battle. Get to Hyde Park on the Saturday. So we've got a coach from Oxford lugging all his equipment or whatever. Text from him. Oh, bro, like accidentally I posted my keys from my own letterbox, so I have to wait to get the door open so I can't come. I was like, what are you talking about? That is the worst excuse.
Our guy is like outside the door.
I don't know how he did it. Yeah, it was very obscene how he explained it. I was just like, fumbling and stumbling. But so yeah, on a microcosmic level of me doing a silly little BRR event, I appreciate to a huge magnitude the grief these people go to, and that's probably why I'm putting them all in the S tier. But let's talk about a proper league now.
Oh, here we go.
And this is where it gets interesting. Chalked out. Big league of our youth. Big league of our battle rap fandom. Like,
but there's not going to be a lot. Right. Chalked Out had an amazing start. Let's cut straight to that. Amazing start. Dialect Soul, Shuffle T, Chris Lees. A great start. Big show off for Soul versus Tony D. And everything was hype. Arc versus A Ward.
Chilla to Heathrow. Like, geez.
Yeah, Chilla had a battle there. Was it Chilla and Mr. E? Or is that
was a like crazy matchup I respected. That was like no one was asking for that apart from Ambi.
No. Like Mr. E just came back for like one battle.
They just didn't battle again ever. Like, yeah, it's great.
So like they are right, but even the King of the Dot merger. But God, how
Hulk battle
did they fall?
Yeah,
like that might be the quickest drop for a league. Like for UK league that we have in our culture. It went from King of the Dot merger, like Eddie I versus like Jay Short, because Eddie's pulling out the Nintendo Switch, Scoop, Shorty P, all these people there.
Hulk battled Chrome, I think.
Sorry?
Hulk battled Chrome?
Hulk battled Chrome, and then nothing happened after that.
No.
And I think the merger,
then they got into comedy. They got into
Yeah,
like comedy
and
battles.
that didn't that's where the fall happened. I get what they were trying to do because I think the big battles King of the Dot were going to have as part of the merger, and
Mm.
they were going to try and run their own series. But in running their own series, that just that I would put them below Battle of the Brave.
Ooh,
I
I'd
would.
actually put them above, actually, but
I'm fine to go with how you are, but where you believe just the
ginger
way that
virgin poet, like, you know.
like and there's Bobby Rex and Tony D. That was like the first event with Raptor and
Mm-hmm.
Craft D.
Mm-hmm. That was
Um,
good.
but you know what? Like I think in regards to impact, the impact is how quickly they fell. And I'm saying this out of respect. 'Cause I actually know the guys who were running it.
Oh yeah.
I know them like and salute to them. Just how quickly it fell. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. I don't know if you want to say above B. I'll support you on that. To
Mm-hmm.
me, the drop was so dramatic.
I Yeah, very well said. And I'm just been looking through, scrolling through their back catalog, and you write it is dip afterwards,
It
and
was
it's
a
just kind of
huge.
wild the direction that they swerve into. Um, yeah, I really like this league. It's funny actually. I remember Shocks ringing me on like a Monday morning randomly.
Yeah,
This is when BRR was in full flow. This would have been like early 2017, and it was like talking about chalked out and talking about it as a concept and starting
yeah,
a league with Ambi, and Frankie was involved
yeah.
as well.
And they
Um,
stepped away for the guys who did the comedy stuff. So like
well,
Chalk had a different logo, and
I've always,
when
yeah, yeah,
Forks and
true.
Mavericks Fire Battle. Sorry, I'll let you get your
No,
story
no,
out.
no, it's all good. It's all good.
But when they changed the thing to like the cartoon deer, like
Mm-hmm,
Shocks and that
mm-hmm.
left as soon as it felt like they
Yeah,
left
once
as
once Shocks
turned
was
the
gone, there was none of
comedians.
that cutesy shit could ride when Shocks
No,
was
the comedians and the guys who were running the comedians versus battle rappers
gone. Hmm.
unfortunately ran that to the grave because that
Yeah,
was different people that took over it and like I said that's why I'm not one name them but salute to them I fuck with them but it wasn't Ambe and Shocks and whatnot they did dip
yeah.
they did leave and I don't know why they left but when they tried to build back they had the nice concept of rapping in nice places.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think Frost had a battle Frost versus Hulk or
I think
Canal.
you're right. I think that was on the steps that I was mentioning before I did the BRR event. I think Frankie battled someone as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Someone battled outside Westminster.
I mean, look, we could talk about chalked out all day,
Yeah, we
and
could.
there have
I
been
do think below Battle of the Brave.
um you
But if
think
you
below.
want to go above, I'm with you on it, but I just letting you know my stance.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think I will put it below. And the reason is I always sort of would say on BRR, like after Next in Line, there became like kind of the next in lineification of battle rap, like where it was just event every once in a while, but with huge names.
Yeah.
And we saw that in Chalked Out. We see it in Code Red as well. But see, I'll put it below. Get to Clash Money now. A
Ash
kind of
me.
slightly forgotten league that definitely had a lot of class and verve. When I was into
Uh-huh.
battle rap and I was exploring other leagues that existed, I heard about some guy called Euphorical, and I think Canel had an early battle over there and stuff. It was very slickly presented. It's
Yeah.
not really well remembered, but a little gem of a
I
league, Clash
I
Money.
think it's not well remembered because apart from maybe Matter, the talent that
Yeah.
came from Clash Money don't battle anymore.
No. No, it's
They don't.
yeah.
They don't. So, but that being said, at the time there was a lot of excitement between them. There was a lot of build up. There was, oh, who's these guys? We were all saying these guys need to be in Don't Flop because it almost the URL dynamic when it comes to other leagues. This guy needs a shot. This
Mm-hmm.
guy, you know,
Mm-hmm. Getting on a plate.
I don't. I think Youngins was Youngins on there.
Young'uns, I mean, Peace Soldier
Peace
was on,
Soldier, yeah, like
was on there early.
these were names that were on the league, and they just needed
Scorsese versus
time.
O'Shea is kind of fire. Like,
Yeah, you know what? Above chalked out.
I think so as well. I think so.
Above.
That is actually
Are they
surprising. I
are they
wouldn't have thought that
above
before.
Battle of the
But
Brave?
yeah, we got Brucey versus Pedro. We got Euphorical versus Blizzard, which is a fantastic fucking battle.
Gee.
Oh man. Yeah, no. I think above chalked out is fair underneath Battle of the Brave. Okay,
Yeah.
Code Red now. Again, biases aside, because they do have a soliloquy battle.
They do have a soliloquy. They
Um,
gave the man a shot. The
and
soliloquy had a dream.
all respect due to Jackham Corp Limited, like fucking the subsidiary of Xander Gray Holdings.
God.
Like God, they were planning big, and I respect that.
They
But
were, and you know,
were the launch codes faulty? Is that what happened?
maybe they just didn't hit the target.
Oh, they booked Soliloquy versus Briggsy. Like,
So,
yeah.
you know what?
What
Like,
went wrong with Code Red? Because a lot went right, but again,
I think not active enough.
no.
But that was because they were wanting to book the biggest events, and probably they released their battles. What felt to me, they released their battles too early. So, like, you could probably get away with saying, okay, we have all these amazing battles. Like, you had Real Deal, Raptor. I'm saying amazing, but, you know, some big name battles at the time. Gims, Tony D. You were supposed to have Exfil and Rivers.
People forget how hot Jims was back then. Like, that seems like a weird battle in retrospect, but he was like, he changed the game blogging wise, just in terms of having this, you know, vitality. Like,
he was almost at a point where it was like, yeah, not that you had to book him, but you had to be right. As like Premier Battles did with Sirius Jones, kind of, he became almost bucket listy to book gyms because he was a hot prospect at that time. But when it came to the league, I think the battles just came out a little too early, and then it was just a gap of nothing. What felt like a gap of nothing.
Yeah.
Might be wrong. But then, because they were trying to do next in line as well, Code Red next in line, the Bender's last battle.
That's right. That's right indeed.
Like,
yeah.
You know, with Frankie Frazier, amazing class, and and you know what? They really tried to get Josiah Matrix versus Maverick. They really tried, but Matrix,
God, yeah, that was that. Yeah, that's
the Matrix was flunked it every time, and that stunted Maverick a little bit because he had all the potential in the world at that point and just was being put on hold all the time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Bobby Rex and Scoop as well. I seem to remember that.
And they had Milky versus Sherpa. I was there for that battle. Nil 2 was a good event that they did.
Yeah, and so they
are responsible for Nil 2, aren't they? Really, we can't put that under Don't Flop's wing. I don't think.
No, and you know what, right? And with Code Red too, yeah, you're actually right. With Code Red as well, Don't Flop had just died, and there's one more league that I'll be giving this pass to that they'll be immediately B tier because they say, okay, I know your event happened to. One event.
No, I'm clinging onto that C tier spot.
To me, there was 2 leagues that kept battle rap ticking.
Yeah, definitely.
Whilst things were being picked up, so I think that's a high B tier for Code Red, because if it's not Code Red in that little 8-month period, 8-9 month when Don't Flop had its scandal, I don't think battle rap would be in the same spot. I think it was needed now. Is it below Battle of the Brave?
I still think it is. I don't know if we're giving too much power to Battle of the Brave, but I don't know what. Yeah.
The only reason I'm questioning it is because let's say Code Red battles and Battle of the Brave battles. What battles are you going back to watch more?
I don't know. There's more Code Red. They have Real Deal versus Quill. They do have a lot of sleepers in there. They do keep the scene ticking along. I agree. But one of the marks against Code Red, respectfully, is, do you remember what was the final upload on the channel? It was 5 of a certain series, a new series on Code Red.
No, I don't actually.
It was Danny Jack's podcast, Jackham Chat.
Oh,
Jack Chat, sorry. I mean, no, I love you, Danny. You know I love you, but that did make me laugh when I saw that. And by the way, if you want to see C Major bored out of his mind, watch him and Shuffle being interviewed by Danny Jack.
Oh,
but that's not me saying it. All the comments say it. The comments alerted me to that, and they're right. And I was like, "Oh God!"
Oh no!
But does that mean it's more impactful than?
Well, I just wonder about like replay value and whatnot. I mean, clearly, like Patton Hollow, Hitman, Bonkers, JC Arsenal, like the battles do have more views. Clearly. But like if we came back like many years, like how many people are going back to watch JC and Arsenal like for years to come?
Dialect versus Tox, Danny Jack versus O'Shea. Yeah, okay, we'll put
Do you
Code
know,
Red.
I know, and this is very just. And you know what? Maybe as other leagues come across, we'll put Battle of the Brave
Mhm,
above again.
mhm.
You know,
Okay,
like
so
it might change again, but that's a really close one to me.
again,
Like that could have been either way.
this is fascinating seeing it build. Actually, this is interesting. So we move ahead now. I couldn't find a logo for this league.
Uh
This is a
huh.
lesser known league. So this logo, this picture that's here, is actually a pamphlet battling on Charlie Sloth's league, Cold City Battles.
Is that Charlie Sloth's league?
Yep, yep. In some garage, it was shot.
The
Yeah.
the one thing I got from there is that is the last league, from my knowledge, that had an archaic 2-on-2.
I believe you're right. And Cold City Battles, I should say, it was affiliated with Jump Off as well. It was part of
Yes.
Jump Off. But yeah, Shotty Horror versus Sam K is their most viewed battle at 222K. Els versus Chronicle has 62K on there, which is quite fire. And yes, you're right. Ur and Archaic faced Els and LNC, who I believe battled
Yeah.
Kruger back in the day. He was like an older guy.
Uh huh. And Truth had a battle there.
Truth battled Tony D. The battles, like, again, they're a fascinating kind of timestamp of a certain
Yeah.
era. And they have this brashness to the acuity of the lens that makes it look like really hyper real. Like there's kind of an
Uh-huh.
oddness to it. And the thumbnails capture that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
the
sense of that.
thumbnails are so YouTuberish.
Yeah, yeah. Innuendo versus Pedro, Sensor versus Pamphlet. Again, it's 12 years ago. So,
God.
it really is indicative of its time. I'm not saying this is the greatest league ever, but I do think these battles, because it's Charlie Sloth and there's a bit more money around and a bit more focus and whatever, and we got
Yeah.
Ur and Archaic out the woodwork. Like,
So
they have a certain energy. I don't know how rewatchable they are,
yeah,
but
like
you
so
know,
it stands the test of time because it was a product of what the culture was like.
Mhm. It
So
does. It does.
so if we're putting that somewhere, this is good. It sounds so disrespectful to chalked out, but I think it's probably above chalked out and may Clash Money next to it, maybe.
No, that's what I no. I have to put my foot down here. I'll put chalked out above Cold City.
Okay,
I think the battle quality,
I'll respect that.
the
I
battle
just can't
quality is
get
better.
over it.
I think these battles again, like you say, yeah, it's very, the
Uh,
Mojo Almanac or whatever as they
yeah,
do. But I mean, the next league. I mean, I
no,
I assume you have no problem with me just putting Don't Flop
nah,
in
nah,
S.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
what
Now we'll get to it, but will it be number one?
what poetic warfare? What are you saying?
Will it be number one? I'm just like we'll at least discuss it.
We can discuss it. That'll be a fun discussion. That'll be a fun discussion. But I mean, quickly on Don't Flop, what can be said really? I mean, and I should stress, and this is in no way meant to be offensive to the current enterprise, but I'm talking about the Kruger Banknell kind of that
The dream team attitude.
triumvirate. Yeah, that was everyone else associated, and like I'm not saying that Don't Flop didn't exist before Banknell or whatever, and
Yeah,
it wasn't a great run as well, but like as we say, we were into these leagues when we were in our youth, when whatever, when we were really, really into it, and like, I don't know, I just feel like those guys and all the battlers and all the events, it just captures such a time in my life as well as the life
yeah,
of battle rap that it's just it's it can't be moved. But Don't Flop S tier, obviously, yeah.
yeah. I would say don't flop as S tier. I'm looking at the rest of your tiers here, and I have noticed that we've not got the what you call it, the sub leagues of don't flop.
That is true. That is
Keeping
true.
it 140 that had like 6 battles and was done.
Well, all like bloody demo battles
Seven
and
days.
don't flop extra, where the only backups of those online happen to be battle rap resume videos I made years ago.
Yeah.
Like I think just arsoned as down, didn't they? Just destroyed
I,
it.
you know what? I like the idea of having. You suppose you'd call it like a bin league. You know what I mean? Just put your battles out there. If people want to see, they want to see it, but they're not nothing to do with the league.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
that's like the archives. Like I like that idea. But I was going through training days because I wondered if it was going to come up. And the Harry Baker versus Tony D's on there.
Hmm.
And I didn't watch the battle, but I wondered that's two big names, shite battle or not. That probably should be a
Yeah.
mainstay battle. Like that would have garnered some views. Just thought it
Yeah.
was a bit risky. But yeah, don't flop. Don't flop. There's nothing that can be said about the impact of Don't Flop, and it's being from here. If I ever do talk about battle rap or anything like that outside in the real world, I'll say, I do get the Don't Flop questions. I do get, oh, did you ever see? I was watching on TikTok, Lunar C,
Mm.
Bobby Rex, Chronicle. I was watching Uno Lavos. Like, I get them questions quite a lot, and that's just a testament to Don't Flop's reach to this day of being like a top league and consistent for so long.
I'm so sorry, dude. I've just got to answer the fucking door. I know we're live, but someone's downstairs. So,
I'll chill. I don't see no chat or anything, but I'll just shoot the shit.
yeah, are you sure, man? It'll just be
Yeah,
one
yeah,
second.
man.
I'm so
I'll
sorry,
go
dude.
through any that I don't have that I don't seem to see here. I had a few notes for things and stuff. So yeah,
No, no,
go on.
no. This has been great, dude. I'll literally be 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go
Yeah, go
downstairs.
on to the door.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
What a guy! What a guy! Um, yeah, hoping that the list is looking all right. I see that we've not really got any A tier yet. Yet we don't have any A tier. Which, looking at the bunch of them, I think we could probably put one or two that's already on there on the A tier, because some of these there that, God, some scare poetic warfare, talk is cheap, just some epic bars, dub scandal. I'll look forward to talking about dub scandal. There's a lot going on, and I think it kind of shows that in UK battle rap there was, yes, we had a big fall, guys. We had a huge fall, but it kind of came back around. Like, there was a point where it was on, like, battle rap needed CPR. It needed saved, and Code Red, another league, they came in clutch, and they saved the day. They really saved the day, and I hope, as we say to Tom, that we don't underestimate the power of Jump Off as well, because Jump Off is how I started. Like, in UK battle rap, for me, like, UK battle rap, the current scene was the last scene I seen. Pause. No, that's not a pause. That just sounds silly. It was like having Jump Off, Professor Green. He went on his 8 week, because I think Professor Green just had that song with Lily Allen, or he had a song that was really popular at the time, and he was just becoming the man. And going back and watching all of his battles, which led to Thesaurus and Ilmac, and from Thesaurus Ilmac went Thesaurus versus Ilmac, the Battle of the Bay, Thesaurus Dumbfounded, Marv Averb, all this. But for me, it all started on Jump Off. I think it was a battle rapper called Angel. Angel, I think he was quite fire from Jump Off. I wonder if anyone remembers that name. And it was just a lot of talent back in the day. I think the last Jump Off winner, I think, was Caustic. Because Caustic did a spin the mic, and, like, I want to say it was like him, Frack, and a few others. Maybe like 2017, just a random like spin the mic contest. But yeah, Jump Off really is an innovator of everything, and I'm gonna make that point clear, because it was powerful, and it's the reason why I'm here. So whether you like it or not, you have to lump it. No, but this is good so far, and having it all laid out is super interesting. Hope that we're all enjoying it. And do people see me? I mean, I can't even see anyone's comments, so I'm just talking as if people are here. Yeah, like, I'm trying to think anything else that I've got notes wise that isn't here. Nah, like training days, Code Red. God, I was so close to saying Code Red was D. I was so close, but gotta give it respect. Gotta give it respect, and especially for everything going on with it. Oh God. If you haven't as well, while Tom's doing his thing, I just released a video, CammyGBR, subscribe to the channel, of 2024 predictions in battle rap. And unfortunately, mid-editing, my most likely prediction already came out with Lunar C's return. Like, a video that was editing it and then came back.
Yo,
Ahoy!
dude.
I came back and then Lunar Sea was announced with like Daddy's Home. So that's the most recent video out. I'm just plugging my shit.
Oh yeah, go go go.
I'm just plugging it about the most recent video that I just got up. Like I'm so good, I can predict things, and then before my video is uploaded, it comes out. It happens already. So I have to edit my fucking video to say this was announced already, but I predicted it. So
All right, man. Should we jump back in?
Sorry?
Should we jump back in, dude?
Yeah, man, let's jump back in.
Sorry about that, my guy. Very unprofessional.
No, you're totally fine. It was just I was going over a bit of jump off as well, like just about
shit. Well, yeah,
and,
of course.
Okay,
cool. So the next league, Cam, is a fascinating league that sprouted up. You know, quite a few years ago. Dub Scandal. Talk to me about Dub Scandal, because this league means a lot to a lot of people. This is a loved league.
Dub Scandal is the home league for a lot of the talent of today. A lot of the talent of today. When you go through, you think of the guys, you know, like Maverick, Frost, Acre, Conman, Milky. Yep. Like there was a lot of talent that came in this little spot, and this was the other league, to me, that saved battle rap for the UK. Because this came out as soon as Don't Flop died, end of December, January, Dub Scandal, rapping in a pub, bring your pals, have a great, and they had like an event every like month, like where it was just a fun time. They organized things around the pool table like it's fucking Fight Club.
Yeah.
You know, and they were there rapping, and people were. It was an area where you couldn't be judged. You tried your best, and then you were there. It's similar to what was the league I was saying before? Was it 23 Media or was it the Pamphlet and Soul League?
Yeah, I think the Pamphlet and Soul.
It was the one that was just fun. One with Pete Cashmore. The one it was
the Barmageddon. Yeah, you're right. Actually, Barmageddon and Dub Scandal have a similar.
Very similar energy. If Armageddon was out when Dub Scandal was out, then it'd be higher in the tier for me. I just think it was a little before its time almost, or you know what I mean? It could have landed somewhere better, but to me, Don't Flop might be just before Battle of the Brave, but because it was grassroots and successful grassroots. Again, league kind of fell apart, unfortunately. I think the pub got sold over or something. So like they were running free events because everything was free, and that was what made it so good as well. It was free. The one time they tried to put money into it, it fell apart. Unfortunately, it fell apart, but that's because there was like a freak storm, and it was Maverick versus Shaw.
That's right. Yeah,
was on the card. I think the only battle that happened was Most Prob and Calcium.
That's right. That is their most viewed battle at 11K. Yeah, for the
and it was Acre and Acre. When Acre had that, you know, Acre had that maybe like the look into the future, heart of a child. You know what I mean? Like he had something like that really viral moment that went crazy on Ruin Your Day.
Yeah, he Most Prob versus O'Shea went down there.
Yeah.
And like you say, and I mean this in the most respectful way, but it was and I'm saying this is a very amateur battler when I tried, but it was an amateurish league, wasn't it? It was like everyone's first battle, as you say. It was very welcoming. You know, JD James was a personal favorite of mine from back in the era. I don't know what that guy's doing right now, but yeah, you had like your Maddos and your Titans and Acre, you mentioned before. Obviously, there was people like Milky and Acre and Maverick that were like, you know, seriously amazing battlers.
Yeah.
And what were the owners called again? DTH?
It was I feel like it was not. I'm sure it was like John and Chip.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah.
like that. I think we just called it John and Chip.
Yeah, John and Chip. Just John and Chip.
what a duo! And no one and they just accepted everything. You know, like when people were saying that like Dub Scandal was it wasn't a serious league, nothing was going on. They accepted it and they didn't bother with what people were saying. It just kept things running. And you know, in the events, there was events you could see in the crowds as Dub Scandal began to get popular. More people were coming, Bobby Rex's Raptors, people that go with them, they were filling out.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
they were
yeah,
looking
yeah.
about
It was
80 to
popular.
100 people pretty consistently.
So
Like,
where are we?
and
Where are we slapping it, Cam?
oh,
What are you saying here? Because Dub has your heart as well. I love Dub.
Dub
Funny, I did three
definitely has my
previews on
heart.
Battle Rap Resume with like Codman Curve or whatever. So I had the
Common,
FIFA as well. We
Common Curve need a return. I want to say above. If you want to put your foot down, and maybe this is where I put my foot down.
yeah.
Between Chalked Out and not maybe not
Between
Clash
yeah,
Money,
yeah,
but
I think
maybe,
that's fair. I think that's
like
fair.
just because it was grassrootsy, but
Yeah.
I could argue it was above Chalked Out, but that's me being really haterish on Chalked Out. So I've got to respect what they had.
So we're going into obscure territory again now. We're going
Yeah,
into some Welsh battle rap with
yeah.
epic bars. Epic Bars says the channel's got 655 subscribers. Epic
Uh,
Bars, the Welsh Rap Battle League, based in the capital of Wales. They've spelt that wrong with an O, but I'm not trying to shame here. I'm just pointing out the facts. Wales, Cardiff City. So yes, their most popular clash 19K. I don't really. Tenshu went over there, which is cool.
yeah.
Jake
I
the
think
Ripper. I always remember him being spoken about as like a good Welsh talent that never sort of
I
paid.
think Crash had a big opportunity there.
Crash, yeah, Crash. Crash battled at the BRR event. So I mean,
Yeah,
Shoggy Bear battled there 10 years ago. What the hell? That's crazy.
yeah. God, see these names that you're
She's
telling
all right
me.
though. I thought she was quite good.
Shocky
But
Bear.
look, let's move quickly because we don't really know this league at all. So
No,
um,
I
I'll
will
be
have to be.
generous. I mean, it's better than BRR, so I'll put it there. I thought it was all right.
Yeah,
Get
dead the
slated
bill.
now. A bit of a northern, like minor powerhouse. Like they seem to have some battles back in the day.
They seem that just some though. I think what I had written down for Get Slated, it was just not impactful. Just another league.
Mm, yeah,
There wasn't anything that jumped out to me that said Get Slated was the next best thing. You know what I mean?
there was a lot. There seemed to be quite a preponderance of battle rap in the northeast,
It
and there's a
was.
few other leagues we're going to get onto as well. But yeah, Get Slated claim that they are the number one rap battle league in the northeast of England. That's where you have Soul versus Unanimous, the original clash before the Don't
Yeah.
Flop one, which was a good battle. I mean, Crisis battled O'Shea there. Oi versus Owl. Who the hell are those guys? But yeah, there was some that Enigma versus Seuss. Like in
Yeah.
this kind of post Don't Flop environment, I think people clocked onto that if you've got a decent camera and some mates and whatever, and
Yeah.
quite a few people, then
Oh,
it can work.
I don't think that was post Don't Flop though.
It was a kind of a well, it was certainly post their yeah. How old do they go back?
Just
So
Get
11
Slated.
years. So Triple B versus Barabbas is the first upload.
Yeah.
2012, August 2012. So quite post Don't Flop actually.
Well. Okay, right. Post the Prime of Don't Flop. I get that.
Post Grist, yeah, yeah.
It was because they had the Yunnan and Soul battle. It was quite weird when they did the quick one rounder.
I
You
saw
know,
that live at Sixth Birthday, The Return of the King. Yeah.
yeah, like it was quite weird that they did that. Because they already had battle for 3 rounds.
Yeah, but I think it's in Ur's eyes at least. It's what if I don't
Yeah.
DF, it don't count. So.
That's a rematch now that I would like to see that.
Oh my God, you know to be like skewered if they're both on A form, and that's with respect to Tommy.
Like I mean, I maybe, and I know Soul's like one of the greatest, but it's because this obviously the Yunnan then was all aggressive and whatnot, but this Yunnan with the more of the rap and stuff.
You think? Oh, I'd love to see it. I mean, I wouldn't say
Yeah,
no.
I'm saying, like someone might get 30, but
Someone might get, but
yeah,
so
someone might. But like I would be something I would push to see in the future.
I like Get Slated. I'm gonna actually put it a little higher. I'm gonna put it
Okay,
below Barmageddon. I
okay.
think they've
Yeah,
got
that's
quite a
good.
few entertaining battles. I think just the events were quite popular again for a time, for a smidgen of a time. Like the
Yeah.
majority of these leagues that we're talking about existed for 2 or 3 events, a summer or
Uh-huh.
two years. So
We
um
haven't we haven't got anything in A tier yet.
we haven't, which is very interesting. And I think there's Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see as we go there.
Yeah.
Robeworld.com, we're talking about now, Cam. Gift of the Gab.
Get right. Gift of the Gab. Again, another one that's got a little place in my heart because Gift of
Mm-hmm.
the Gab really represented a scene that should have been pushed a lot more than it ever did.
I
Like
agree.
the Gift of the Gab seemed to have like all the ingredients to be what was a powerhouse. Like I know Nolu's chat and trenches, they are putting in the work now to kind of rebuild that part of the scene. But Gift of the Gab, they there was a moment they had the momentum straight after Summer Madness. Next day, like we went there and it was just a great time in Brixton Jam. Like I Kid 30, the Uno Lavos.
Mm.
Clark was supposed to battle on there, but he
Yeah.
did the battle. Briz Rothstein was in the building. I mean, this is just one event.
Yeah, I saw Briz in the crowd. That is like,
Yeah, you
fuck.
know what's crazy, right? And this is when you knew it was a UK crowd, right? Briz was just chilling out. He didn't tell anyone he was in there.
Mm.
And I came up to Briz. I'm like, holy shit, it's Briz Rothstein. And that's where he told me that Briz versus Mike was supposed to happen at Summer Madness 8, but Mike ducked the battle.
Jeez.
So, like, so Briz is telling me all that. I'm like, here, get a hold of Snoop. Get a hold of these guys to say that you're in the fucking building. And then he ended up co-hosting after that. But no one had approached them. People had seen Iron Solomon, but they didn't see Briz Rothstein. And that I was like, whoa.
Mm. Mm.
Whoa. But you know what? I give Briz credit. Briz really liked Hulk. I think there
Mm.
was a thought, as Briz's manager was there was a thought, we're going to try and book Briz versus Hulk for a while. I meant like, maybe quite
Oh,
excited for that.
that's fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's. I mean, yeah,
but
Briz
it didn't
is.
happen. But like,
No.
yeah, Briz had intentions to battle in the UK before everything fell apart. But yeah, just mad. But they also had like sort of Maverick and iKid, uh, Mackenzie versus Balor. They had Templar's best battles: Templar, Tony D,
Mm.
Templar
Oh,
versus
I mean,
Schwartz.
respectfully, Tony D bodied him, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like it was very clear.
What did Tony D say? I'm the goat on the wall, like the Alpine Ibex. Like, what the fuck?
Like,
Um,
but
but
it
yeah,
took.
didn't he battle Shotty? Sorry, Shocks. They battled
Yeah,
on.
so Templar battle Shocks as well. Like
Oh,
it took
Shocks
a
battled
Tony
Caps. Yeah, yeah,
it took a Tony D to come in there to
yeah,
try
yeah,
and
yeah.
timid down the expectations of the league because they looked unstoppable as battle rappers.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell
They
yeah.
looked like if they go on to Don't Flop, they cook shit. It took Tony D had to be the guy. Right, I'm coming over here.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the
Mm-hmm.
top tiers do it to show a difference because there was a while where Gift of the Gab was that league. So I don't know where you think of putting it. I could this be like because it died just before uh, COVID and whatnot, and in the league itself, I just they didn't upload all the battles consistently, and when they did,
Mm-hmm.
they just uploaded them all together at once, so the views were so skewed. If they had an actual scheduled you release, I think they would have prospered a lot more. But I wouldn't be mad at putting it behind Battle of the Brave.
Yes, yes, I agree. I think some of the battles are absolutely incredible.
If
And
if we
and the,
start
the
stacking up,
presentation as well was very like just we're not don't flop like
yeah,
which
if we start stacking up this B and C, I think we might need to move a couple of
we
the
might need
B's to
to.
the
We
A.
might need to. Well, we're new to this I tell you what I was just thinking by the way, a brutal tier list would just be UKBR legends, like just
Yeah.
working through like 30 guys like but pause. But
Hey,
yeah,
yo.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, yo.
So we've gone from an incredible league to less a league with grassroots. Was this Blunt Ted's league?
I think so.
I,
Because I recognize the logo, but there's not much to be said other than
no,
deep. Yeah.
I don't know why their first event was called Trinity either. That's quite confusing. But yeah, Grazza battled Magic Mike on there. Blunt Ted
Mm-hmm.
versus Drowned. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there was those sort of battlers. Funny Blunt Ted story, by the way.
Right.
Apparently, he does stand up now, or he's into stand up comedy.
Uh-huh.
And a good friend of mine, Danny, was at some sort of stand. He does stand up as well. And they're at some stand up event, and he spotted Blunt Ted, and he knew who Blunt Ted was through battle rap and through because he loves battle rap as well. My friend
Yeah,
Danny,
yeah, yeah.
and he went over to Blunt Ted and he was like, "Oh, do you know Tom Quinn?" And apparently Blunt Ted like looked at him shocked. He's like, "Yeah, I do. Like battle rap resume." So for that reason alone, I don't know if I could put him in D tier for that silly reason. It's like it's no, I still have
Top
to.
of
No, I
B,
still
top of
have
B.
to. It's not as bad as Barnaval. Um,
Okay.
but I would say Battle Royale is probably better. Judge T was on this league. Um,
Judge T.
uh,
God.
what was he originally called?
Tooth.
These weird things we fucking know. Okay. So we move on. I mean, the jump off.
Uh-huh. Right. Before we
Yeah,
say anything, to me, you can tell me where else you feel like you feel. To me, I think it's S tier.
I agree. I do
S
agree.
tier.
I do agree.
Jump off. Like, I was telling these guys here, jump off is how I started, and
Yeah,
jump off.
I've got to put it behind DF though. I
Yeah, yeah,
think,
yeah, 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 yeah.
but
Like,
yeah, I think that's
and
strong.
and and you know, for how powerful, because this wasn't just a UK league.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-on-2 World Championship was Don't Flop. It was Harry. All of these guys. It was all jump off. Jump off was. If there's anyone that's not gone back to watch jump off battles, they're hilarious.
Probably
Please
the
go
best.
back
Yeah.
and watch jump off battles that are just classic stuff. I know, Tom, you do a series where you watch old battles like that, and
I like that's the thing, Cam. Everyone's like, "Oh, Tom's back into battle rap. Is he going to cover all these Premier Battles events?" I'm like, "No, I'm watching Australian battle rap from 15 years ago."
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, we're on a time capsule
yeah,
over here.
so modern stuff. But yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I totally agree. Yeah, jump off completely, cultivate the blueprint. I'm not as sharp on my history as I should be on this, but I know how important Harry is and everything like that, and
Yeah,
obviously the
yeah.
WRCs as well. And they even came back, didn't they? Remember when like
They did,
Caustic
I was telling the
yeah,
chat.
Caustic and Frack like came out for like
Uh-huh.
some Spin the Mic,
Caustic
like, and
won.
obviously all the Spin the Mic DVDs are in. You know, you're jogging my memory now because someone in the early Battle Rap Resume days sent me a torrent of like all the old Spin the Mic stuff, like all the proper
No,
stuff you can't find, and like,
no
oh god, that's on
way.
like an old laptop or something. But I'd never seen stuff like that before. That is some brilliant battle rap. Like
So,
this is
so,
battle rap
so
entertainment.
that you know what that should be something you should be looking into the breaking down. Now, I have to ask. Then you should see. There's one battle that I don't know why because I'm part of my job as well, and I'm working with this like music
Mm-hmm.
company and whatnot to give young people a chance to go through like music studio time and all that, all for care kids and stuff, right? And this guy's there. Like a lot of the kids I work with is all into drill, all into rap, all into hip hop. So obviously, like putting a beat on, and I'm jokingly freestyling shite, but they're like, "Oh, he can rap!" And through that, I've been like, "Okay, I've been trying to find Fresco versus Thesaurus, and I
Mm,
think it was a spin the mic that got put down."
okay.
Like
Right.
because there was a like this is why Fresco went so hard on the rematch at King of the Dot because Thesaurus just absolutely dealt with the young man there like and I wonder if you've got that on your little hard drive of
Maybe so. I can't remember. It's like, it's like dodgy because like it's not got a normal file name. It's like .volx or something. It's like what
yes
So but yeah, I really like the jump off pick actually at S tier.
I think jump
And
off there. Do
I don't have any qualms with that.
you
You
remember
know,
Angel?
what's
He was
that?
on jump off as well. Angel.
Angel? No, I don't.
No, because I think this is like right when Don't Flop was starting, like when and Jump Off was still the top league, but Don't Flop was starting, and they had like some new talent, and they never transferred over. But Angel, I remember because they used to still rap to get record deals,
Yes.
and it was everyone else was all written a cappella or kind of the very basics of it. Start cultivating something new, and Jump Off was still very much rapping to get to the next place for hip hop, for rapping, for
Yeah.
the chance, the opportunity to make it big.
Well, I mean, Riz Ahmed was on Jump Off in 2006.
God,
Yeah, I know. It's insane, isn't
and
it?
my first one was Professor Green.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Professor Green, that 8 week span that he had He
Oh yeah,
battled.
but like with like the and well, lest we forget Press One when he was known as Pinky X. So that's on YouTube, baby. Word to Press. I love Press.
Stig in the dump.
Stig. Yeah, Stig was. Oh
Stig,
God, yeah. No, he battled Archaic, and I used to watch that battle all the time. And like,
yeah.
he says something to Archaic like, "It's like your head looks like it's on a T, and I'm gonna swing at it," or something like that. Like, it's really good. Like, yeah. But okay, we got to keep going because
Gotta
obviously
keep going.
we've covered a lot. Actually, I mean, we've been going a little while, but we've covered a lot. King of the Ronalds. Now, I love King of the Ronalds. I love
I
what it
imagine
stands
you do
for.
love King of the Royals.
I love the anarchic DIY, but it's not really like it seems like it's really inspired like the early KLF, like they're rebelling against something. But in
Uh-huh.
actuality, it's Mickey's just fucking lazy as shit. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah,
just can't really be asked to, graph whatever logo on Pigman Dan as well. But the edits on some of these battles, I've never seen Battle Rap Media interacted in this way, like played as a movie. Like, we love RBE. We love hearing the bullets
yeah,
drop in the alleyway and stuff. But this is just kind of I don't know the way he manipulated this footage, and this was kind of before like your modern like everyone can edit TikToks on their phone type vibe. Like
yeah.
had a real artistry to it. So I appreciated that. I appreciated that. This was when Don't Flop was still around. This wasn't like the
Mhm.
shadow of Don't Flop. This was like a full force kind of attack against the authority of Don't Flop or the perceived authority of Don't
Yeah,
Flop. They got all their own talent through. I just thought it was a very unique moment in battle rap that almost at the time I took for granted. And now I kind of really appreciate that Mickey just led this punk rock battle rap league for like 5 years.
you know what? You've kind of sold me there because I was about to say D tier. I really
What?
was. I was about to say it because I was, but you have sold me there. That I'm not sure where it goes, but the
I
thing,
I'm
King of
putting
the
it A
Rock.
tier. I'm actually putting it A tier. I really
So
am.
so I think King of the Ronalds, right? Is great, and the punk rock thing makes a lot of sense, and rebellion era and whatnot. But there was so much drama.
Yes.
Like it wasn't a battle rap league. It was what was going on the events
Well, there was
that I
the
could
the
find out in the
updates, right?
forum.
They had the ultimate Facebook group above Viewpoint, didn't they? For a time, it was like
Like it, that,
yeah,
but there was a lot of bad eggs that spiraled
there
out of
was.
King of the Ronald. That really bad intentions. Trolls. Like
Pedro
it
was at his absolute worst in the league.
was
Like
at its worst. And there's people like the people that with like that didn't have the real names on Facebook profiles, just causing havoc on what was normal people a lot of the time.
well, okay,
It,
yeah. And now that I'm reevaluating, I was maybe a little hasty. They do have Fozzy versus Jack as well.
like
So
it was a cesspit of there was some great battles,
A,
but it was poor Carlton Shanks because Carlton Shanks came from that league,
yes.
and it definitely tarnished like if he didn't come from that league and he went straight from Dub Scandal and whatnot, I think he'd be way higher than where he was. But he was dragged by King of the Ronalds.
I've
Uh,
I've I've reevaluated Cammy. How do you feel now about it being
I you know what? There is some talent did come out of it, and because like you said,
lazy and bare solutions?
lazy, and I would even throw Bard in there, Mackenzie.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Like,
Canal,
yeah, what you call him?
Riser.
The that was it. There was some talent that came
Zach.
from. God, maybe top of D, bottom of C. Like,
Is it better than the BRR league that did one event? I think it is. So I
well,
will. No, it's better than no. But if we go
yeah,
into this
because you
area,
have to consider the good battles.
yeah, we have to
Middle
consider the
middle
good
middle of
battles.
C, middle of C.
I will put it above 23 media. Oh no, it's better than. I'll put it there. Yeah, I'll put it there.
Yeah, because
I
but
think
I just think that there was so much bad
oh,
shit
that's tough. I
going
mean,
on.
Bill's R versus Bobby Rex though is incredible. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
so
That was amazing.
that is we could debate this forever, but again, we want to just make this a bit of a snapshot. So Iron Bars now back to Scotland.
Oh, Iron Bars is really interesting because,
Mhm.
like, as I was saying about Scottish battle rap and Scottish battle rap being a bit behind its time, is that Iron Bars sort of fell into that little bracket with the other Scottish leagues. But now it's really separated itself. Like it's a focused battle rap league,
Mm-hmm.
totally focused, and they're bringing up some new talent. I know there's an event. I'm not spoiling anything by saying anything. I know that there's an event in Scotland coming up, like close to the summer, and it features a lot, like from one of the bigger leagues, and it features a lot of the Scottish talent. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of it is Iron Bar's talent because they've been taken seriously as battle rappers now. So I giving it credit, man. Like, and they're traveling around Scotland. Like there was an event there. It was Iron Bars, and it was Kamehameha versus Mackenzie. You could see me with a denim jacket and tartan trousers. My true Scotsman was in full flight. And you know what? It was great having an event in Perth and all these smaller cities traveling and enough
Damn.
people to be there. You know, like it was great to be around that. So like it's my personal bias. I think there could be a discussion between B and C, like top of C, bottom of B, maybe. Like
I have
maybe before talked out.
I love Mackenzie as well. Mackenzie's obviously the beaten soul of Iron Bars, right?
Yeah.
Um, great.
Mackenzie's so multi-talented. Let's
Yeah,
take a
he is.
second there.
He's such a
He's
talented
the
dude. He's a
fucking man.
great guy. We had a great episode and we spoke about Iron Bars before. But I'm
Yeah.
just thinking again. I'm just looking for their channel now. Very excited to see that they've just been uploading battles in the last month, like a couple of new battles. So yeah, gonna check those out. Yeah,
So
yeah.
there would be and you see, I was there. That was in Dundee. That was like I would consider my home city,
Mm.
and that was a great event to be honest. Like, and what was there about 100 people selling that small enough bar, pretty
No, it
packed.
looks decent though. It looks like you got
Like it was,
you got a good crowd. Yeah.
it's underground bar, like right by the train station. I think Dundee needs to have more battle rap events because cheap city, like right,
Yeah,
how often like 2 pints in a vodka and coke for £11.
pretty reasonable. Yeah, they just it's funny you mentioned Dundee because just today they announced the the BBC Radio One does like the big weekend or whatever they
Yeah,
fucking call it, and it's in Dundee and everyone's complaining like we've got to go to bloody Dundee, but like yeah,
yeah,
you're
no,
right. A cheap
Dundee's a great city. Like so they did the big weekend
yeah.
2 years ago back in Dundee because they have a spare, they have a big park. Like and honestly, Dundee's a great city, and you know what? I have to do that fucking travel for all you guys.
Oh fuck no, you're a road
I
warrior.
do
So
that every few months. I do that travel, so anyone can put in. I'll fight them.
we'll put Iron Bars top of C. We'll put Iron
Top
Bars
of
top of
C. I
C.
think
So we're
top of C. Like it could be bottom of B depending on where we're at, but I think top of C is a good place.
so we're getting around about the middle of the alphabet now. So the lab, the League of Advanced Battlers, which was like Briggsy and Shotty's like
Yeah,
proto Premier Battles thing, 2 events-ish they did,
yeah.
in the kind of the fug of like, the don't flop kind of, the growth of that. What are your thoughts on where would you rank the lab battles?
Well, at least obviously there's a bit of a. Yeah, is this not Shorty Horse's first battle? Like, or maybe was this his first like in ring battles? I know he did like some other stuff before.
I think it was. Again, I don't know exactly, but yes, this was before Don't Flop. Yeah.
Yeah. So with this league, and they went big. They really went big.
They really went big. Diz versus Shotty. I think that was his first battle, right? Because
I know.
I'm sure he has a lyric in one of his songs where he's like, "I battled a legend, my first go," or something.
Yes, and it was like Low Pesci and Osa and a 2-on-2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Osh as well. Yeah.
Osh, like there was a lot of talent that was going across there.
Mhm.
I don't think you could say the impact of the league because, like I said, there was big names on it, but the views could be higher if I'm correct in saying. I don't think there's a shot.
They could be, but these are good battles, so I am inclined
good.
to veer towards a B tier here for
Thought
lab
on the
battles.
B though.
They're better than Cold City battles. I would say yes. I think they're better shotty on lab. So Dub is crazy though. I think it's right there. I don't know what you think. I think it's about right.
Yeah, I think there's right because it's such a short amount of events. Like it is only like the 2, and then the merger kind of happened with Don't Flop and everything from there. Like, but if they kept it to themselves, like they could have been on their way to near Battle of the Brave status if they really worked to it and pushed to it. But because it's so short, it was like a flash in the pan, and then battle rap happened afterwards.
Hmm.
You know that I don't think you can put longevity as a strong suit, like of a dub scandal and even a chalked out. But I think Lab, I think theirs pretty sound for now. But maybe we can go back to that at the end of this.
Well, I think the one thing with Lab though is it was the only other league other than Don't Flop that was throwing this kind of thing in the country at
Yeah,
that time. Like it showed that it was possible, and I think for that alone, it's just it has some value.
I
Like
think
it
the
was mad what they pulled
upload
off. Like
the uploads was a bit wild though, wasn't it? Am
yeah,
I right in
yeah,
saying that? That it was just sort of like one and then done.
I think you're pretty much right. Yeah.
Like they seemed to be out very quickly. Where if they prolonged it out and they would have got more bang for their buck.
Well, okay, so we move on now to another very famous league, quote unquote. It kind of
Mm,
operates in a different sphere, Lord of the Mics.
yeah.
This is the kind of grime music clash series that featured a lot of huge names. Not something that I know that well. I'm going to be upfront and obvious with, but like
Uh-huh.
obviously I've watched a few and I know the importance of this, and obviously it gets referenced a lot in battles themselves. But I almost feel that this is kind of almost apart from this. It seems more industry leaning. Like, are you much of a Lord of the Mike's head or?
Not really. Honestly, I think for me, I enjoyed a cappella battle rap.
Hmm.
And it was just straight up a cappella. It was nothing else. Like the on beat stuff was fine as a gimmick. It was fine as a thing. But I got older and appreciated on beat battles a lot more. So I went back on a few of them, but it wasn't something I just kept to because they're quite hard to find.
Yes, they are.
Like
And I
there's a Lord of the Mic channel, but that doesn't really upload battles. It's you really had to dig in the depths of different areas to find out where these battles are, and I kind of got lost in the sauce trying to connect the storyline almost.
no, definitely. And I know that like there are people out there who are more knowledgeable on this stuff that are pulling their hair. I
Yeah.
know Grime Rap Critic, for example, is just going insane right now.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah. Oh,
they're of mythic import, undeniably.
so
And
so out of respect, right? I think as a spot, I think you'd because there was big grime artists in there and whatnot. There was big names that went.
mhm.
I think A tier. That might
I
be the
agree. I do agree. A tier. I'm happy with that. And
because
I explored the channel somewhat. Obviously, been doing research for this video, and Socks I recognized, who I'm fairly sure like him and Will Ross went to school together. I might be pulling that out my ass, but like my brain is saying that Will said that on a show. But what I thought was interesting was they were like delivering some verse on some Birmingham high street, some Birmingham like residential street, and
uh,
JK was there, the famed rapper now. And that
yeah,
led me on to watching his battles. I didn't realize he battled. I can't really stand that guy, to be honest with you. I find him like
no,
mad on the footboard. Like, no, I don't know if it's a Brommy thing or whatever. He just seems like a bit of an oaf. I don't know. But he got bodied on this battle that I
yeah.
watched. I forget who it was called, but he was stammering all over the place. This other guy was absolutely surgical.
Oof.
I'll have to, and we might have to do another stream in the future where we just go back and watch a few of these battles from these odd little leagues because they
Look,
are
you could
interesting to
do a lot
see.
of the mics, like you know what I mean, and just sit and go, okay, we watched these. Maybe what were the better battles? What were the worst battles? And
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the
Because a
stuff.
lot of the mics is different to all the other leagues. So like you go jump off battles about, but a lot of the mics was and this is why it's an A tier because we know it was extremely powerful and it was somewhat before Don't Flop as well.
Yeah,
Like
and
it
the
was
thing,
powerful.
no,
So there's
definitely.
almost a Smack DVD era about it, where
Yes,
if
yes,
we could go back and
absolutely.
appreciate and so that might not be a bad tier list to do if we got a chance, right? We sit and watch all these and put them on.
I would love to. I would love to. And like I think the other thing about Lord of the Mics as well, just finally on that, it's like if you showed a random hip hop head this picture, they probably would only recognize Lord of the Mics, right?
Yeah,
I think that'd be the only one that'd be like, yeah, okay,
maybe jump off.
yeah, jump off as well. And let's say Red Bull, but obviously they're just going to recognize Red Bull. But like, I think
Yeah.
no one's going to be like, yeah, that's poetic warfare, isn't it? Like, I mean,
That's
poetic warfare are my go-to like slag on
Carnival
leagues in
Battles
terms
is
of
sick, bruv.
yeah. I even like P Dub on the building, P Dub on the map, right? So we move on. Speaking of obscure leagues, had you heard of NE Grief before?
No.
So this is again, we're talking about the Northeast again
Is this
because
Newcastle?
this is Newcastle. And I'm just scrolling through their channel now, and it's essentially ciphers.
Yeah.
Someone called Alex G, someone called Ink. There are a few battles on here. Didn't do much research beyond that. There's looks like there's one battle where they're battling and there's a van in the background, but the van has like been, stickered with the logo of the league, which I kind of appreciate. But yeah, I mean, not really much to talk about here.
Yeah.
Any grief, I'm going to just put them above, I'll put them below Grassroots because I don't really know who they are. And then we have No Beef
So,
League as
so
well.
I've had a look at my notes here. I have
Yeah.
to retract the statement on Barmageddon didn't have Pam versus Soul. Got beef this league here, not beef.
Yes,
Had it. They had Pam versus Soul.
they did. They had Osh versus Chris Lees as well, which is their most viewed battle at 28K. DK versus Seuss. Any thoughts on No Beef, which is again, we're in the Northeast again. I don't know why the Northeast is this giant battle rap
Yeah.
hotspot. I love that it is, but I don't know what explains that. Like,
Yeah, I wonder that. There's not much comment I have to say. It was just another league. I mean, having Zeus there, Zeus is a bit of a time capsule of a battle rapper. You know what I mean?
definitely.
Like him in definition. So it's always good to see them having battles in different leagues. But I don't think it was anything exciting to say about that. That I was
No.
just a league attempting to pop and didn't.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think they did all right though. They had a fair few kind of, O'Shea versus Lisa. I remember watching that one. It's your classic like one angle battle is what I recall. But yeah,
Yeah.
they had Soul versus Pamphlet, etc. So I thought, I'll put them amongst the other Northeast contingent.
Okay.
Put them above Get Slated. Put them above Get
Yeah.
Slated. Put them a little bit up there. So no loose chat now. A very exciting league in the
Yeah.
modern day. Talk to me about this league and where you place them.
So no loose chat. As personally, no loose chat is probably the one league that I've not been to. Maybe except from what you call it, Yendizi's new league. That I
Oh
am
yeah, yeah.
desperate to go to an event. I'm
Oh,
desperate
dude.
to go.
Yeah.
Like I've never been. The energy looks amazing.
Mhm.
Like and you know
I
and
was
it's
at Rivalry. Yunnan
yeah.
versus Whispers. Jesus.
Like and in looking at that battle there, the like top end, like intense
Oh my
battle.
god, dude. It was one of those ones where when I saw it, I was like, this is the greatest battle ever. And
Uh,
like when you watch it back, it's okay, but it's like the energy, which I just remember, like it was
yeah.
spellbinding to watch. Like,
Like it really, really was like watching them battles is some of my favorite like battles to watch. Like I try everything. When I first was doing it, my blogging and whatnot, it
mhm,
was talking about No's chatting,
mhm.
whispers, who the fuck is this guy? And because they had such an energy with it, I think this last year maybe wasn't their strongest year.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm really hoping for a strong 2024 from them, back to action because I tell you, UK Battle Rap needs the league, and they threw up some amazing battles. Moke, Georgie Roots, Tony D,
Oh
Yunnan
my god.
Whispers. Like
Yeah.
there's some
Yeah.
amazing battles there, and it hits and that in trenches and a few other leagues. They hit that certain market that needs to
Hmm.
be pushed more. I would hesitate to put just before. Now, if I was to put anywhere between B and A, but it's like, is it above Battle of the Brave? Because Battle was like a one big almighty show,
No,
and
no.
Code Red was like it was powerful, and Code Red came and went. Where a no loose chat is still somewhat here.
Yeah, I like that. I like it in front of. I don't think it is A tier yet, but I like it in front of Code Red. I like it in front of Code
Yeah,
Red.
like because I mean, look at the three above it: Lord of the Mics,
Mhm.
Legacy,
Yeah,
Jump Off, Legacy, Don't Flop, the League. So
yeah, yeah.
it's tough competition, but there is a little line of separation there.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's just move that up a little bit. So we move forward into the league that I love, Cam,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I
I got respect for poetic warfare, man.
I have so much respect for any league that has Luigiano on it because I think he's the GOAT.
That,
And
he's my guy. I love Luigiano. I love him. What a
I
guy.
love Luigiano. No, we did a full BRR episode. Go back and check that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was like, when were these guys coming about? So their first video, let's have a look here. I think it was like 2015. They uploaded a Moral versus Infamous Gun in 2015, March 2015. And they had that purple vibe, and they had that P-Dub in the building, P-Dub in the map. And again, they are in that tier of like, this has been fun doing this list, Cam, because it's like you
Yeah,
realize there's certain archetypes of leagues, you know what I
yeah,
mean? And they fulfill certain things. And again, I'm not downplaying P Dub. I genuinely do have a lot of respect. And I would love to have a P Dub hoodie or any of their
yeah.
merchandise. Like, I
And there was
really
any
love the
still
logo.
thinking about, hey, like, yeah, I'm sure you could hit a Luigi and you'll be able to sort
Yeah,
you
Luigiano.
out.
Like, I'm sure you're watching this. Like, that's the thing,
Yeah,
Cam, as well. All
absolutely,
the
man.
people affiliated with all these leagues are watching this video. Like, they need to know, like,
Yeah,
Um, and again, it can switch as we go through. But
yeah.
Poetic Warfare.
I would say the poetic warfare was consistent for quite a while. Like
Yeah.
they had longevity. Like at least it felt like they had longevity. They're
I
like,
think they had it less than it felt like because literally they only had about 40 uploads to
yeah,
it.
is that it?
Oh, sorry, 52. 52 they
Right.
had. Yeah. Yeah, 52.
Like
So,
it felt like they were around though. Like it and you know what? When you look at the events, the events aren't empty.
well, the sort of, I guess one of the defining things about their league, Callum from the forum battled on it.
Oh God. What are
Yeah.
you getting on?
I want he messaged me recently
Yeah.
because obviously we did that controversial interview that he wanted taken down.
Okay.
And he was just checking that I'd taken it down on all platforms or something like that. So,
Right.
but yeah, he was an interesting figure. We'll have to do a tier list of him one day. But Poetic Warfare. Uh, again, I don't think the battles were that high quality.
No, but I think they were more about the events on the day and people
Yeah, I'm
enjoying.
putting them C tier. I'm putting them above breaking the barrier, but I'm not.
Okay,
I
like
don't know.
break.
I don't know.
So, do you think they're maybe not above like get slated?
Maybe yes. There might be. I mean, it's
I
recency
don't think
bias,
they're.
but I'll put them below King of the Ronalds. They're not better than
Yeah,
King of the
because
Ronalds.
King of the Ronalds was like an actual faction.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it does. There is a bit of a jump there, but only because of the toxicness of King of the Ronalds of the lore. Yeah, I think that's fair. Like and there's still more leagues to talk about, so it looks like they're lower than they are, but it's more. I think a lot of these leagues are probably going to be in that middle bracket. So I think Poetic Warfare was very in the middle, on its way up, just ended too soon.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't really seem to have like Innuendo battled Luigiano. I don't know if you remember that one because they did like
Yeah.
didn't Danny Jack battle Jace on Poetic Warfare? I'm pretty sure.
The Innuendo Luigiano battle, I think Danny Jack hosted as well.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah,
So I think Danny also battled on that event.
but so Pen Game is next. What do you know of Pen Game?
So Pen Game was around for a little while, and then it stopped for quite a period.
Right.
I'm not going to discuss what happened, but it definitely needed time to recalibrate and whatnot. But Pen Game is completely on beat. It's the production level is really high. They introduce people that we've never seen in the culture before, just like rappers in general and whatnot that do the on beat stuff. Like I think you know what I think Pen Game is probably one of the better, if not maybe top three on beat leagues.
Mm-hmm.
Like in right now, you go on any Instagram reels and social media, Pen Game goes crazy. And if you go and check their views, because I don't have the ability to do it, their views are good.
The views
For
are very good. The
for
views are very good.
2023, 2024, the views are very good. Like I think Black T was on it recently. Briggsy hosts them sometimes. I think they had a bit of time with BBC as well. Like I would hesitate to say like between Battle of the Brave, Code Red, like they're not Lord of the Mics or anything, but they are a very successful league.
No, they are. They are. Like I've recently started watching this football podcast called Filthy Fellas. I don't know if you're familiar
Uh-huh.
with that, but I've only just got into it the other day. But I've really been enjoying the content, and one of the guys is the guy who hosts it.
Wow.
He's great on
Okay.
that as well. So yeah, I'm not too familiar. Are they recording in the Oh, what's the name of the venue?
So the venue where Dojo battled.
Yeah, don't flop and don't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, yeah, the double X, Markham and Wise, like Lord Bentner,
Yeah.
and I think
Um,
Jazz made a random appearance in that event. Yeah,
okay.
they,
Well,
they've they've
I,
piled different places.
yeah. Again, don't know too much about the league. Do really enjoy what I see. Um,
I
I'm
I
saying
think
better
I
than
think
Dub. I'm putting it B. I do think it is good.
above it's definitely above chalked out.
Wow. Okay.
I'm be that it's definitely above chalked out.
Yeah. Is it
Like I
above
think
Clash Money? It might. I don't know if it's above Clash
yeah,
Money.
I would say so too. Like I'm because like chalked out. I'll say like when they did the comedians and battle rappers, they tried to go for the viral way and they couldn't do it.
Hmm.
But Pen Game managed it. Some of their I feel like there's a Renea is one that she just gets views. Like you go on like if like a Instagram, TikTok, it is a couple 100,000 views on a Renea clip, or like a guy that violates another female battle rapper that gets tons of views too from Pen Game.
Naturally.
What other leagues tried to be viral, they actually have. So I would probably put it above Clash Money as well.
Yeah, I think that's. Well, does it go above Gab then?
Oh, does it
On
go above
pure
ground?
view strength, it does.
View strength. Now I would say, here's the cringe word: legacy.
Yeah. I
I
love
think
that
I
one.
think Gift of the Gab has a legacy, and I don't know. I feel like Snoop had something to do with Pen Game too, but maybe I'm just
Hmm.
making conclusions there.
Okay, we can leave it there. I think we've moved it up enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And shout out everyone in the comments, by the way. Dojo in the comments. Oh, Engine Rooms is what I was thinking of, the name of the venue.
What a
Um,
guy.
you know what's mad? There is a lost media. I went to the Engine Rooms and BRR was just starting and Don't Flop had an event there. And Ryan Morgan recorded about an hour of me interviewing Chiller, Math Hoffer, Swave Sever, like all these
Yeah.
battlers. And it's just been lost. I don't know where the fuck that is.
Oh,
I remember me and Math Hoffer had this like really funny conversation about slippers and like Chiller, like having some slippers for sale and shit. But anyway, and also Dojo saying that Briggsy hasn't hosted Pen Game Cam. You're thinking of Rap Game.
rap
So
game. Let's
yeah,
think
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Pen
But
Game still gets the views though. Like I know that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
rap
yeah. Fuck
game
yeah,
is
fuck
the
yeah.
key.
So shout out to everyone in the chat, everyone watching. Keep the comments coming. Premier battles now, Cam.
S tier.
I'm saying A, saying S.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's don't like right now. Don't flop.
Yeah.
PB jump off. I think for what Premier Battles is capable to do right now, and as was about.
I'm thinking S tier is like rarefied air, like you know what I
Well, that
mean?
at this point it probably is because I mean, Don't Flop was rarefied air. Is it rarefied air now?
I
Maybe they've
don't know if
just got.
okay, and like again, I know whatever, but I don't know if I love Premier Battles. Don't get me wrong, I think they're an amazing league. I don't know if they've really blazed a trail like Don't Flop and Jump Up. Like that's what I need in
Mm,
S tier.
okay, because
Yeah.
it's not.
They tried the league thing, and it's not their fault because battle rappers are so unreliable.
Yeah,
But and also, at the end of the day, I think battle rap is battle rap, whether you have the league or not. It's like you just want the
yeah.
raps. So
The,
it's like
the,
I don't know.
I think maybe more that the opportunities that Premier Battles has
Yeah.
provided in the last 6 7 years because I don't like in COVID Premier Battles was the only UK league that survived.
Yep.
Like the
That's
only
true.
one that was doing the Twitch events, the only one that was really putting in all of that stuff to start with because like everything else wasn't working.
Hmm.
There was no other league doing anything. But Premier Battles stuck to it. Like Noah's chat, they came after anyway. Code Red was gone. They weren't able to run events anywhere. King of the Ronalds had died. Dub Scandal was on its way out because Premier Battles had come in. Like I think when Premier Battles came in the way that it did, it really pushed everyone out of the way to be number one. And probably since then, I don't know if it's number one forever, but I think right now, if we're playing the recency games in the last 3-4 years, Premier Battles is the number one league.
We definitely, yeah, absolutely. I
And
mean, yeah.
maybe even like I totally get what you're saying about not being an innovator, because battle rap is of the same concept of this is battle rap 3 rounds. Don't flop, innovated this whole for the rest of these guys, a lot of them to what jump off freestyles or the mics on beat, but I think the professionalism that came with Premier Battles, like I don't know, I think I would give credit as a solid business, and there is now to me there's a legacy with Premier Battles now, and whether it's because Shotty Horror does the battles every so often, or but with having all these guys now returning back, the respect that Premier Battles has got would make it S tier. And maybe if you want, I'm totally fine with you saying maybe behind Jump Off if that fits. I do think S tier personally, my man.
I don't. Yeah, you've convinced me, and I thought I was being fair by putting it A, but I get what you're saying.
But there's still more to happen.
It's like deeper. It's like deeper, sort of. Yeah,
there's a 15-year legacy with Don't Flop. That's why it's right at the top. And then at least that's what I was saying, where I was like, oh well, we'll discuss number one, because at least
I'll move it.
Number one. Yeah. But we wanted to make sure we had that talk first between Premier Battles and whatnot.
Yeah, Jump Off. This has been good though. This has been good disputing this and debating this. And I think we've both convinced each other. And
definitely.
Again, really want to know what you guys think in the comments or whatever. Let us know about the list.
Yeah.
So Prime Cut is next, which have a great logo. The stake on the vinyl. This is the home of Welsh urban culture. Again, not too familiar with this. They've got one quote unquote viral video, 37K views, which isn't bad. Battle rapper gets offended by mum joke at rap battle. It's a 1 minute vid. And then the rest of it are just kind of like sort of proto TikTok challengey sort of raps or whatever. Rubik's on there, Odie's on there, these Welsh guys we know. I don't want to say it's another battle rap league, but it's kind of another battle rap league.
It kind of is. And you know what? Right. And this is okay. Welsh people, don't fight me. Welsh people, don't fight me. But Wales, and I mean, I could be wrong. You can tell me that I'm wrong. Totally fine. But being like Belfast, no, is it? Yeah, Belfast. Yeah, Belfast and Wales.
No. Belfast is not in Wales.
No, that's like Ireland. Yeah, Cardiff. That's it. My mum's a shite. So like Cardiff and London and whatnot, like they're not that far away from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if you're a Welsh battle rapper, you probably could make the move to London. Not maybe not to London, but somewhere in England where it was happening, because you're nearby. I might be wrong. Like I'm a Welsh map is terrible, but it's in comparison to Scottish battle rap, Irish battle rap, and English battle rap. Like the Welsh battle rap could easily have molded into a southern.
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, but it's kind of like, St Andrews isn't next door to bloody Stirling, is it? So it's like, I don't know.
45 mile.
That was probably a bad example.
It's not that far apart.
Yeah, it's only like an hour away. Yeah, it's not that far. So, okay, we'll move on to Bizzo's home league. This is Wrapped in Wire. Fun fact: most of Bizzo's battles are like offline. I'm not saying he did that, but on Verse Tracker you can find them. But obviously they don't play; they're like offline.
Yeah.
But Wrapped in Wire, this was a league again. An interesting. Is it like Preston, like Manny? Like
it must be Preston. If it's league, it must be Preston.
Let us know in the comments. But they had 37 videos, 421 subscribers. O'Shea did a freestyle battle over there. Apparently, some clips from one of the battles that was shown there was shown on BBC Three, and in brackets as shown on BBC Three. You can kind of imagine what it would be. P Soldier was over there, pamphlet, etc. Again, a lovely artifact. I don't know if this is like a revered Northern League or anything though.
There's a few leagues like this, but it's just another league.
Yeah, I like it because Raptor was on it and Bizzo was on it, and like,
yeah.
it's
And this would
recording
have been
this like,
Bizzle before the Training Days tournament.
yeah, this was way before. This was like Bizzo before he ever set foot on Don't Flop. Like, it was
Yeah.
Bizzo. It was Bizzo before he had Bond on his name, and his videos
Mm.
were getting 007 views. So it was a long time ago. Bars. So,
Soliloquy still got it.
oh,
That
I
was
would
good.
say Wrapped in Wires slightly worse than P Dub. I'll put it just there
Well,
because
I mean, if they've got 007 views, are they not maybe 23 media?
I think just because they got Raptor and O'Shea and Pamphlet and like
I
they've
mean,
got, you know,
Gets United got Yunnan and so.
there's no exact science to this, bro.
Right, we'll keep it there. We'll keep it there.
So here's one you probably never heard of because I've never heard of this. RBC. This is Rap Battle Championships. They had a few like things here and there. Like I'm just trying to find the thing. Sorry, Bowski was on there. Sprungy, Def faced Innuendo for the title match of Rap Battle Champ. But yeah, they've only got 4 videos online and 62
Oh,
subscribers. So by the looks of it, it was a run and gun. It was a single event type thing.
yeah, yeah. It was, oh, we need somewhere to put these battles after they've happened.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But
And I don't want to fill my PC up with all these 2 gigabyte of battles. I'll put them on YouTube, you know?
well, yeah, the Deaf and Innuendo is a good battle. I watched that earlier, but
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have a crowd. So, but I did enjoy the battle. So I'm gonna put it definitely. I'll put it
Wherever you're
below.
comfortable, I'll follow
I'll put
you
it
on this
below
one.
23. I'll put it below 23 media
Okay,
because 23 media's got the Kruger thing. So
cool.
again, into more viral battle rap cam, more kind of, I love how it's Red Bull GMT. You know what time it is. So we've got
Yeah,
the UK ciphers. A lot of talent on this channel.
yeah,
Like this is a very enjoyable watch. These Grimer sides and stuff like that. Like again, it's not a league in there's no GMT extra, Ur's not hosting, etc. But there's still some sick clashes here.
yeah. So,
So I
so,
don't know where to. Yeah, it's kind of an outlier. It's an anomaly. Like
so, I think an anomaly could be B tier. Like
mhm.
I've not seen much of the Red Bull stuff, to be honest. Like as a Grime aside, I've not really clicked on much of that being real. I'd seen the Red Bull, and I think for me, I connected that with the whole American Red Bull freestyle
Mhm.
with like DNA and whatnot. So the fact I never really checked the UK one, and I probably should have. But if as an outlier, it sounds like we're thinking probably bottom of B, top of C, like kind of in that
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about
in
right.
that in that sort of area. Like that sounds like it would work for me. But I'm saying that with only going off your description, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think I enjoyed it more than I prefer
I,
Dub to be
yeah,
there. But like I'll say like in the
Dub's
same way,
perfect the way it is.
yeah, when you watch like the rap game and they have like the rap battles and they're not like proper rap battles, but it's still people rapping in an aggressive way. Like it's still exciting to watch. Like so, I'll put it there. Red JSD is very interesting. And the first thing I want to say, Red JSD is Simon Orks. No one talks about this guy as having like one of the most incredible careers in battle rap because,
Ox was a bit of a demon for a while, eh?
well, as a battler he was good, but he was did you ever see Blue Story and stuff like that? But like there was a great film
Uh-huh.
recently called Blue Story, and he was like a
Yeah,
main
yeah,
editor on that, and Shiro Story and whatnot. But
yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Red
Well,
JSD. This is like where we had Orcs. We had what was his name? The other guy that wasn't Orcs who battled with him.
yeah. He did the 2-on-2.
Yeah, what was he called? Why I'm blanking on his name? But he had like Crisis there. Oh, Rogue. He had Rogue. Yeah, such a generic name. Shuffle battled Sergio over there. I don't seem to remember that
Oh,
one.
okay.
But yeah, nice to see a league in Reading of all places, which is kind of sweet.
Yeah, you
Like,
know what? It probably is nice to see a league in Reading. It
no, but
probably
it's just
is.
like, what the heck? It's just like, sure, it'd be like there being a league at the Giants Causeway or something. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
sure, whatever. But these some okay battles. There's a
yeah.
charm to the kind of primitiveness of it. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. I mean, it's just kind of early, you know, juvenile battle rap. And again, big shout out to Simon Orks as well. I remember, I think
Orks, man, what a guy! What a guy!
No, I genuinely think someone because it's Rapman that he works with, basically, who directs it and writes it and everything. And I'm pretty sure I saw Orcs like back, you know, when they get a BAFTA and they have all their crew on stage. And so word to Orcs. Nice. Red JSD, it's maybe below get slated, I think, if we're getting more talented stuff there. So now this is going to test your battle rap knowledge, my guy. Revolution Rap League. Do you know what this is?
Did I have notes for this? I feel like the name is. I feel like I had notes.
This is an obscure. This is like, you know, you got to really know your UKBR for this. So
you hit me with it. I think I might have not written.
The biggest influence on Battle Rap Resume, or one of the main influences of Battle Rap Resume, was a UK battle rap media channel called Read Between the Bars. Two gentlemen on there, Polo and Jay Riley, who just were my North Star, basically. Like, honestly, I think they're geniuses, and I love watching their videos. And I just never seen UK guys talk about battle rap before, you know.
Yeah,
it was like they had their own league, basically called the Revolution Rap League, which like lasted one event and like Flawless battled on it on Willsy and stuff. But yeah, this is like, who the hell knows about this one? But I don't know.
Yeah, that one. I feel like I seen it, skip past it, and just went, just league. I didn't connect between the bars guys on it.
No. It was on their channel, but yeah, it wasn't like explicitly. Yeah. So, I mean, for this one, again, I'll put it below Red JSD. I love the guys. So we're getting through these now. Say It and Spray It. We mentioned before Battle Royale, which Tenshu was affiliated with. He's also affiliated with Say It and Spray It. It's the media channel. He features on their videos quite prominently. But they have a few things here and there. This is more like a Cyphers channel.
Not the best quality.
Peace Soldier on the FOS is on there, who I love from Word to Weapons. But it's not, you know, I wouldn't say that they've got like much battle stuff.
I think they didn't know what they were doing. I think they just ran the event, pointed to the camera at it, and then they just let it happen.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like they had much forethought on editing.
No, it's grime clashes essentially that they busy themselves with. So again, not watch too much here. Going to put it below Red JSD. Scotland stand up. I mean, we've sort of tackled Scottish battle rap as a whole, really. Anything to say on stand up in particular? Or?
So I think. Am I right in saying that this is Soul's first league?
Is that right? Because I know
I might be wrong. I feel like there was definitely old Soul battles on this league because this is the one I went back and checked over.
Right.
And it wasn't quite how I remembered it. Like, but maybe I'm looking at nostalgic eyes now. Where before I kind of skipped past it because it was Scottish battle rap wasn't where it could be. But you know, give it credit. Some of the battles are enjoyable and they're funny. But it's typical funny Scottish humor.
Yeah.
Like, but you can see that Soul was such an outlier, especially in the one or two battles he did have there. I think that's about right.
Yeah, I mean, as we discussed, there's kind of a homogenous thing with a lot of this Scottish battle rap, by no virtue of its own, but it's just these things kind of get, you know, on different channels or whatnot.
I tell you, I think that's the last Scottish league out of the ones that are left. So let me. There's a league.
I believe it is.
Yeah, there's a league that we've not got here that I feel like I'll need to mention. And
there's a few definitely in the comments as well, people. If we don't mention it in this video, let us know because there's a few leagues inevitably we're going to mention.
So there's one I have to mention because it was the moment where I just went right. I need to walk away from Scottish battle rap for a while. In Bristol battles, right?
Yes, Bristol. Yeah.
Bristol battles, and it was essentially in the park. It was very much like how rap in the park, like your event. Except in a Scottish park with Bucky.
Yeah, go.
So there's one battle, and I'll spoil it a bit here, and you're not going to believe it's saying.
No, do it.
So Kamehameha, shout out to him, battling a guy called Subconscious, and he thinking of Oedipus complex stuff, right? This is from a Scottish guy who's pushed out his head, right? And he's like, you know what I'm going to do because it's your subconscious, and I know psychology. I'm going to bring my own mother out and I'm going to diss her instead of ripping at you.
Lord.
So he
That's
hit himself and his mum
unbelievable.
drove. But he brought his mum out and his mum slipped on the mud and the grass.
Wow.
She slipped and they pick her up and shove her in front of the opponent. And then Kamehameha.
Bro, we need to watch this on stream
Oh,
soon.
mate,
We need.
mate, it's unbelievable. And then he just turns and disses his own mum. It's one of my like it's one of my it's now my favorite, but at the time I was like, nah, this is not. I can't beat it. But I watched that quite. I think I downloaded that in case it ever goes
Right,
because
right,
that
right.
was one of
Yes,
my
yes, you must. You must. Well, we move on now. And again, I've tried to be as unbiased as possible doing this video. But we get to my home league, Cammy. This is
Oh,
a Birmingham league where I debuted as a battler in
uh
2013. This is Spit Roast Battles.
huh.
And
Pause.
it's a, yeah, the name is crazy. The name is crazy. Um, so yeah, this was, and again, I'm looking on the channel. They've only got like their most popular videos, like 3K and whatever. They had
Uh-huh.
Stiletto Battle on there, which is very cool. You know, Birmingham
Yeah.
guy, innuendo, etc. And it looks like there was a bit of a scene down there. And
Uh-huh.
I went to this one battle, and like, how old was I when the battle happened? I was like 21 or whatever. But I've been around Birmingham a fair bit, so I knew Birmingham quite well. You know, it's where I've grown up and stuff.
Of course, of course.
But this was like really in the like back industrial alleys of like past all the
Mm.
clubs. I didn't. Me and my friend Ryan went there. Didn't know where hell we were going, and we got there, and there were
Love
and
it.
and there were, well, I got there, and the first thing when I got there, I was told that my opponent Nader wasn't going to show up and the battle wasn't going to happen. So I was a bit like, okay, da da da. And then like 2 hours in, he showed up and he was like, we're battling, and I was like, oh my god, you know. But I remember
Oh,
being there, and there was
he
quite a
tried
scene.
to
I remember
psych you out.
I
He
know
tried to psych you out. That was
there was a
crazy.
there was a young kid there who was younger than Blizzard was at the time and had the Blizzard energy, and he was like proper brummy. And I was like, this kid can go places. I don't know what the hell happened to that kid. I'm sure he's on the channel. But yeah, biases aside, I
Mhm.
don't think Spit Roast rank that heavily. I'm gonna put them above Breaking the Barrier.
Okay.
And then very quickly as well, Spit Roast, they were forward thinking, Cammy. They had their own tryout channel. And this
Ooh.
actually has quite a good name. I quite like it. Trial and Era instead of Trial and Error. So, although because the battles are very low quality, I'm going to put it top of D tier here for Trial and Error. And by the way, this is purely because they're Birmingham leagues. I'm paying this much attention, and obviously I battle
Yeah,
them
yeah.
as well.
No, I respect that. I respect that.
But Cam, I want to bring up this next league because I'm pretty certain you wouldn't have heard of it because I hadn't heard of it
Now,
either.
hold on. Is
Oh,
this SBL UK?
yes.
This is the first Filipino league in the UK.
What the hell? I know. It's great. What the
I,
fuck?
look at that. That's battle rap knowledge for you. Filipino league.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
There
go.
is it doesn't quite get the views, right? But like it gets views in comparison to most of the leagues on the table. But what's really funny with this is that they have the British Filipinos. They rap in Filipino, and every so often there's just an English word,
Yep.
and it's like you can catch it. Like and so I said Filipino. I said yo Filipino stuff. You know what I mean? Like it goes straight into it. So like it's really interesting that league, and I don't know. It's like maybe 3 events they had. They didn't have that many battles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but as a league, it was just interesting. Like, I had to go back and check this out, going, "Oh my god! Like, this is actually a total side of battle rap that never had been seen before."
Yeah, it's unbelievable that this
Like,
exists, that there is a Filipino
it just
league in the
and
UK.
it never hit the radar of anyone.
No, and it stopped 11 years ago,
Oh
and
my!
they've not released a new battle since. And it is, yeah. So people, there is an English division and a Tagalog division as well. Because obviously, you know, Filipino battle rap is giant. Sharon went over there
Yeah,
recently. Um, I had Enigma on the show many years ago, and we spoke about that. Check out that old episode. But yeah, it's just a wonderful thing, really, that it exists.
yeah,
And I need to go back and watch a lot of these videos. It's just a great kind of insight into a culture that's once very familiar and also just completely, you know, kind of turning on its head, and it's wonderful in that way.
yeah,
So yeah, I think by virtue of that, I'm gonna have to put it B, probably bottom of B, because we don't
yeah.
really know what they're
Bottom of B.
saying. But I think bottom of B is fair. So I know this picture says crib clashes, but the reason it's so
Right.
late is this is Tim Westwood's crib clashes.
Yes.
This was a kind of one-off event as well, so it's kind of hard to rank sincerely. But
Uh-huh.
what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I think shout out Tim for running an event.
Yeah.
It's just sort of as I said before, flash in the pan there and done. And I think if it was more successful, then there would be more of it. But it wasn't that successful. Like some
No.
good flashes on it, it just happened. I think the platform was bigger than the battles maybe deserved to be on.
Mhm.
To be honest, that they were kind of meh. Like I don't remember any big moments from the Tim Westwood battles at all. Anything worth highlighting? Just sort of they happened, they passed on, and the Tim Westwood channel should have given them a lot more views than it did.
Yeah, it didn't really, did it? It didn't seem to sort of turbocharge it. And I think inevitably when these platforms like trying to jump on the battle rap train, it just feels, we seem like UFF. I know that was quite good and stuff, but it still
Yeah,
feels a bit off, doesn't it? But it was
yeah,
cool. They're in this
commercially,
crib, vinyl everywhere. Was C Major battled? Oh, Yunnan battled. I can't remember the matchups. I mean, I should just look them
yeah.
up now.
That's
But
the
like,
thing. Like, and they could have been some great matchups, but you know what? The execution just
no,
didn't.
no. So what are we saying for that?
Oh, maybe top of C, maybe. No, not top of C. Um, is it wild to say just after Poetic Warfare?
I would see. I would put it in B because I think
But
the
that's
clashes are quite good
you're putting the
quality.
platform on there. You're putting Tim Westwood on
Yeah,
B.
yeah, yeah.
You're
Okay,
not.
okay. We'll go just after poetic is fine. We're by me. So a final three now,
Ooh,
and
okay.
ones we're all gonna have opinions on, I'm sure. I felt that UKBL was going to change the game forever. If you go back and listen to my interview with Koj, and I think Cracker was on there as well, their concept of voting in real time and blah 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 had me feverish. But obviously, they didn't really they didn't really follow through,
Yeah.
and they did a second event that the only footage available online is footage that me and Nathan Jones took because we did loads of interviews for BRR, but the actual battles never came out.
Wow.
So I mean, it's again good
It,
intention, but it
yeah, good
burnt hard.
intention. You know, like we could like just nothing ever seemed to happen. I'm sure Koji versus Tony D was. Did that happen?
Yeah, that
No,
did
C
happen. Yeah,
Major versus Tony D was supposed to happen as well. Like
we've had a few. Yeah,
it felt like they were selling us a lot, but we didn't get much in the end.
yeah,
So
absolutely. You had Juan versus Pedro was a cool matchup. That was quite good.
Cracker had quite a big battle. Was Cracker versus Villain?
Cracker versus Osh, I want to say.
Maybe it was Cracker versus Osh. Remember Cracker having being one of the bigger names. Crazy to say that, but being one of those that was kind of like, I'll stick with UKBL because I see a future. But
Mm-hmm.
um, it's
Where
so
where
hard
where is
to
it chopping up? Because I mean, there's not much here. There's the first event from the
yeah,
Ashes, and then the second event, the Awake. I can't remember what the second event's called.
the,
But,
and then we had morning. So I think pretty in the middle of C tier, maybe closer to the bottom because they had an event.
I think
Just
I still think they're better than a lot of the leagues in C tier, though. Despite only, I
okay,
think they are better than P Dub. They're
okay,
probably better than Crib Clashes, to be honest with you.
right,
I
yeah,
again,
well,
only I was at the event, so only I remember these battles. But they
yeah.
were, fine, whatever. It was good to be in Manchester, but
You've got more of a perspective on it than I do
I
because it
do,
was the flyers were fire.
I do, and the
Like,
flyers were fire.
yeah, you like the little cartoon faces,
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
and
I agree.
they were really thick.
So penultimate one now, Cam. Talk is cheap.
Mm, talk is cheap. Why do I feel this one had a bit of a legacy to it?
It was well because dialect's such a one-off talent. Like
Is
it's
that what it is? Is it because
that's
just
what I felt.
yeah, like dialect was like the guy there. So and when him being such a talent, people were coming to battle him on talk is cheap, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, um, but I mean, without dialect, what is the league? Maybe Zen.
I feel like Zen is just Zen's an incredible talent in himself, but I don't know if he's like
Yeah,
interested in doing that. I mean, I don't really know, but yeah, it felt like it was just on the back of dialect, on the back of this kind of one-off kind of
Yeah.
like yeah.
So like without saying much else about it, talk is cheap. Then I know that's a bit of for a penultimate, not exactly a top breakdown of the whole thing. It was like it's without dialects, none. But I think there's some sort of fact about that. Maybe again C tier.
Yeah, I think see it just missed potential here. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
put it below Crib Clashes, above P Dub, because I think they did have, Zen had a good clash on their dialect. Dialect battle tally, I believe, on there.
Mm,
Now we get to a final pick. I can't believe we've gone through all of these.
I'm not
Um,
saying.
I am gonna put Words of Weapons in A tier though. I don't know how you feel about that.
Okay, now I want to hear this out.
I remember discovering this league in 2014 by virtue of I think Raptor was battling on it, or Raptor had some
Yeah,
point going on.
Raptor. I think he had like versus Marta. That's the one I
Yeah,
remember.
that's right. That's right. And I was living in Manchester at the time. I lived there for a year in 2014, and I was just living there when that
Mhm.
battle got uploaded. And I remember really just enjoying it as an on-beat clash. Obviously, we have them on Don't Flop before, but I thought the
Yeah,
production was on a next level. The mics had this like natural reverb and sound noise to them. And again, I'm not like this huge like audiophile or whatever, but it
yeah,
just
yeah,
had
yeah.
this different character to it that I found very entrancing. And I started going through, then you find out that it's Chronicle. I know Chronicles is kind of like, boogeyman or whatever in the UK
Yeah,
PRC,
yeah.
but he is a talented guy. He's an interesting guy. And weirdly enough, me and him started getting talking on Facebook because this was way before Battle Rap Resume.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, I'm in Manchester. He's like, oh, we're doing an event. And they did an event at Sound Control. And I went down there. And that was when like Raptor battled Jackus and Future battled FOS. I know you're not meant to mention Future either, but like
Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah,
was
yeah.
just so much unbelievable talent in that room. And you can see me in the background looking all sheepish, like not knowing what's going on and shit. But like I was like a backpack grind time, don't flop here,
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
But
what's the views on that league? Because I think the views are
no.
pretty
Well,
good
the
on.
views are amazing, but what's interesting is the views are amazing, but not on the original channel. So basically, Chronicle took down the original channel, but
Right.
the Grime Clashes have got mad views in Russian and stuff. Like they've
Oh,
been uploaded and like subtitled on other channels and whatever. Because there was just like Butcher Man was over there, IQ was great, Crawler,
now
Future,
was
FOS,
I mentioned this
Jackus,
before. Young, because I remember he was
Izzy
Youngins.
Gibbs.
Izzy
Sorry?
Gibbs was Youngins
Maybe
or Young
Youngins. I don't
Guns or
know the
whatever.
whole roster, but yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot.
There was a lot of there was a lot of talent there. So you know what? Is it above Noah's chat? Do you think?
It
Like
is for me in terms of pure entertainment. It is for me, yeah. And
this
like,
and this is their all time. So
yeah,
but is there before cementing that, because I'm totally fine cementing it, but just make sure we go through it though. Is there enough battles on words as weapons to make the longevity of that league? Like, does that surpass
for
Noah's
me,
chat?
I
They
think
have been there for a while.
I hear what you're saying, but I think grind clashes operate on a slightly different frequency in regards of replayability. For
Okay.
me, it's rounds rather than battles, and I think there are so many incredible rounds littered throughout these battles
Mhm.
that yeah, these aren't like Yunnan Soul character breakdown, Tony D
Yeah.
Wars, etc. They're just electrifying 12-minute jolts of
Mhm.
energy and creativity, and the bars, and the bars are quite silly, like Future gets a reload versus FOS saying like, you came here wearing dirty bottoms, and like everyone goes crazy. And like as a Don't Flop fan, I was like, where's the wordplay in that? Like, so it's like I don't know, it's personal preference for me, but
Okay.
I
So
have a lot of
so
attachment to Words of
is
Weapons, and
is
I
that
just
maybe then? So if we've confirmed at least then, because I'm happy to go with that to be above Noah's chat.
Mhm.
Is it on the same level as Lord of the Mics?
I no, I feel like one came before the other, and one is in the shadow of the other.
So
And yeah,
could that maybe be top of B words of weapons,
I
and then the
if
A
we're be,
is the Lord of the Mics on its own.
it looks better. It looks better. I hear you. I hear you.
Like
Yeah.
I'm just more thinking because Lord of the
No,
Mics
no, no,
like
no. I mean, I had King of the Ronalds at A tier, so I am hasty in my judgment. So that's why you're here, my guy, to anchor me. But
yeah,
yeah,
but we got to be getting on this list together because this at least is it's
yeah. No,
difficult to
this is
say.
this is locked to us now. We have to defend this for the rest of our lives.
Uh,
Like this is
so
yeah.
okay, so This is the whole list then.
This is the entire list. There's a few we're missing.
Yeah.
So I've got them on my phone. That people. So when I did the original Facebook post, like when I did the original Facebook post like a year ago, people responded to it and let me know what I was missing.
Yeah.
But I genuinely do not think there's much at all here. Hang on, this keeps.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, people have been people have been commenting on the YouTube as well. Oh, there is one that we've missed.
Okay.
Beast Anglia.
Yay! That's. I'm sure that was one I had written in.
Yeah.
I think Beast Anglia. You know, again another like Beast Anglia Northern, the kind of Northern, or my Eastern.
Eastern, yeah, they're Norwich way. I don't really know.
Yeah, like I think, and you got to give them a bit of credit because they brought in likes of Tech. Well, it felt like they brought in Tech. I know Tech kind of was a bit of a freelancer, but you know they got him, and there was quite a few talent that
is like involved in some way.
Yeah,
like...
and like not the old Enigma, but the other Enigma. You know, like
yep,
there was you know, and like I would hesitate to say like if we were to put Beast Anglia, I would say maybe bottom B, maybe near like kind of because again a similar environment to Dub, you know, an inviting group, but it's just I think it just shut down essentially, like
yeah,
like as a league. But I'd feel inclined to give them that respect that they really were they were a league. Don't Flop and Premier Battles would be looking at Beast Anglia for scouting. Georgie Roots. You know, there was a good amount of
I'm putting them above P Dub. I'm putting them above P Dub.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine.
I think that's you know, I'm
UKBL, I suppose, and
yeah, and anyone watching now, I'll just go to the comments now. Let me know of anything we're missing. So the comments. Oh, CD saying, have you got Bar Wars on here? So do you know Bar Wars?
No, I thought Bar Wars was an American league.
No, there is that, but it's also part of this league. Sorry, this channel called like Telly in the Attic or something. And like Maisie battled on it, and there's this really weird video where it's clearly like Saturday, you know, 3 p.m. busy high street, but it's raining, and there's like a few group of people underneath this awning at a Sainsbury's, and one of them's got this giant blunt, and like Maisie's battling. It's it's quite the sight. So
okay, that's what I don't know because I think looking at Verse Tracker, because I looked at Verse Tracker and the UK leagues, and then that's where like the SBL, a few of the other knowledge and whatnot. Looking into them now, I'd seen Bar Wars and I didn't click to see anything about it because I thought, oh, they've just put that in the wrong spot because Bar Wars was where Jonai and versus Born happened.
That's right. Yeah. But Bar Wars, I mean, yeah, inevitably with these battle leagues, they all, you know, there's quite a few that have the similar name.
Yeah, of course.
Interesting to see Hot Take Hyla say in the comments, Don't Flop's legacy is in a league of its own, longevity and innovation and non-comparable, popularity too. I mean, that is something, isn't it? I mean, Don't Flop is way more popular than Jump Off or Premier Battles.
Yeah, of course. But you know, at that point, there was no one else around. In the battlers made...
Yeah, but Premier Battles, like, again, I'm not trying to slag Premier Battles at all, but like, they've never went viral, have they? Like...
well,
they haven't. When have they? Like they haven't. Like
I think when Quill called out Shotty Horror, and they had
that wasn't viral. Like
100,000 views. I mean, that's the idea. It's easier to go viral now today than it was back then. I'm sure you go through Bobby Rex's like YouTube channel, he'll have a good amount of battles that went viral because his TikTok's pretty cushy.
Yeah, I guess stuff that moves the needle, I suppose, rather than
Don't Flop definitely. I will definitely agree it's on a league of its own, but I think if we have the criteria, Don't Flop for the longest legacy, Jump Off for innovation, and Premier Battles for consistency over what was probably a hard period pause in the last 6-7 years, probably the hardest period for UK battle rap to keep alive.
Hard period's crazy.
That's crazy. But you know what I mean? Like, everything costs more money. It's not. if Premier Battles was back where Don't Flop was at prime, there'd be more of a competition because it was easier to organize things back then. We're now in a harder part of battle rap where expectations are so high in battle rap. But these standards for the UK in the last 3, 4, 5 years have been set by Premier Battles, not by Don't Flop. And Don't Flop this year has had a great year, but they need to pick up the momentum to keep it going because Premier Battles have had the momentum for quite a while. Which is to me, which is why they're all in the S tier, but Don't Flop is like the one. If you had S,
no, it is, and we'll just wrap up a few of these comments before we conclude.
Of course.
Shout quick cuts watching. Ant saying jump off S tier. This is what we love to see. So that's great. The old head. I'm glad we. No. I think Cammy lobbied for that very correctly. Danny saying Dub in a perfect position there. I think we've been generous but fair to Dub. I think.
Yeah, because Dub had bad events, but I think that was not exactly John or Chip's fault. It was just a battle. You gave the battle rappers a chance. The plate was there for battle rappers to take. Tell you, Maverick, you go back and watch old Maverick battles, and he's just beating the shit out of people.
Yeah,
and the cinematography, like at that point, the cinematography was getting better. But he's out here. Anyone could have been anyone there. There was Irish talent that were trying to get over to Dub Scandal. There was a lot that was. It was a sought after place, for sure.
Yeah. Hot take as well saying this has been a surprisingly entertaining video, guys. Big up. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for watching. This has been a lot of fun going through this. And you know what's mad? You could give this, set of leagues to another 2 season fans, and I'm sure we'd see a completely different one.
Yeah,
so That's the
you give it a little Maisie, and his leagues are at the top.
Oh shit! Read between the bars in the comments. Jay Riley and Polo, I don't know who that's commenting, but if you're still watching this, obviously, I just praise you guys heavy. Saying, interesting this is. Premier Battles is not above Lord of the Mics, respectfully. Lord of the Mics history is crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? And I could agree that like Lord of the Mics history is crazy. I think maybe it's a little more Johnny come lately. Like
it's almost unfair to compare, isn't it? It's kind of like they're on a slightly different,
And if Lord of the Mics, if they, you know what, Lord of the Mics should be looking into 2024 coming back. Mm-hmm. Like I think the last one might have been before COVID.
It was a while ago, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember there was a lot.
It was a long time ago, and just because
did Dialect battle on it, I remember there was like this whole thing about
that was he represented us,
and
I think that got vaulted because Dialect won quite clearly.
Oh, okay.
So, but he represented us in that moment. But I think in the last 7 years, and I'll stick to my guns on that Premier Battles just set the standard and kept the standard, and that's difficult to do in the same way as the 8-9 years before Don't Flop set the standard.
Yeah, no. It's Polo as well commenting, saying big up. So yeah, big up Polo. Man.
Yeah, Polo.
Love to chat one time, guy, and get you on the show or anything. So, and Hot Take also saying we were just talking about if Premier Battles has gone viral. He says the only time is when ScoMo went viral, which is
and I was right there. I was right there. The what you call it? The disability line.
Yes.
It was disabilities that one anytime, and he sits there with his fists shaking. What a guy! Yeah. Oh, that was gas. But also, him and Conor McGregor went viral.
Oh, that's what I mean. Sorry, yeah. I think that's what he was referring to.
Oh, you probably referring to that, but the other one did too. That one definitely went viral.
It did. So here we go then, guys. This is our list, as you can see. So D tier is Barnaval, Any Grief, Grassroots, Battle Royale, Trial and Error. Mm-hmm. C tier is BRR, Prime Cut, Epic Bars, Breaking the Barrier. I mean, some of these are kind of overlapping, but Spit RBC, Revolution, shout out to Polo, Scotland Stand Up, Say It and Spray It, Red JSD, 23 Media, Get Slated, No Beef, Wrapped in Wire, Poetic Warfare, Beast Anglia Late Edition there, Talk is Cheap, Crib Clashes, Tim Westwood, UKBL, King of the Ronalds, Barmageddon, Iron Bars. B tier now, we have SBL, we have Cold City Battles, The Lab, Red Bull GMT, Dub Scannel, Chalked Out, Clash Money, Pen Game, Gift of the Gab, Battle of the Brave, Code Red, No Loose Chat, Words of Weapons. We have Lord of the Mics at A tier, and Premier Battles, The Jump Off, and Don't Flop at S tier. Cammy, before we conclude, is there any final tweaks that you might want to do?
I was just about to say, I don't know. I think we've actually kind of. I think it's.
I think
I'm
it's
willing to
fair.
stand
I think
on.
we've, yeah,
This is actually like as a list, it is like pretty fair because like the
yeah,
bottom row, apart from maybe your own league, there a lot of them it's just media channels for bottom of the sea.
yeah. True,
With
true.
some battles, like so that's totally fair. The ones above were kind of like leagues that didn't last too long. Like you can actually look at all of these leagues and say, right, this line's a bit of a theme. This line's a bit of a
Hmm.
theme.
Hmm.
The bottom one's a bit of a theme. Like they're actually all well put together. So I obviously places can go here and there, but I'm really happy with that. To be honest, I think it's
I am
in
too. I am
respect
too.
for the mics to have its own A tier. I think that's well deserved, and there's nowhere else that could have went. I think
Yeah, no, no,
maybe
no,
S
no.
tier, but it feels right to be on its own because you can never compare it to anything, and its
It
legacy
does.
was so strong.
It does. And like, to be honest with you, like again, it's a joint list. I probably still pull PB down. It feels more natural
Yeah,
to me. But that's just me. And I want everyone to let us know in the comments everything we got
absolutely.
wrong, everything we've ranked too high, too low, any battle
Uh-huh.
leagues we've missed. But I think most importantly, I want to know where you land on the arguments that me and Cammy had. I say
Yeah.
arguments, but like, where do you put Code Red versus Battle of the Brave? How deep does
Uh,
Chalked Out go versus Dub Scandal? King of the Ronalds, is it A tier? Is it D tier?
yeah.
All these things are just, as they say on Black Compass, we don't really have these, but like barbershop conversations, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like that sort of thing.
Shooting the
So,
shit.
yeah, exactly. So this has been an absolute blast, dude. I knew this was going to be a great episode,
Yeah.
and this has been so fun. It's just been really nice just having this thing here that we just constantly refer to, and like it
Uh,
just gets you thinking, and
it does. It does, and
you
it's
know,
retrospective. We UK battle rap doesn't do it enough. Well, I think US and maybe like American battle rap, Canadian battle rap, whatnot. They're a lot more reflective than we are. Like
yes,
to say that we've had 50 leagues and we've just all. You ask someone the leagues, they'll tell you don't flop primary battles and no loose chat.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Like you'd have to go ahead and ask, oh, do you remember Battle of the Brave? Do you remember Get Slated, Beast Anglia,
yep,
like Stand Up Scott, like lab battles? You'd really have to. There's a lot of people that wouldn't know these things, and I kind of hope that although we're putting battles in C tiers, B tiers, like leagues and whatnot, people check them out.
yeah.
And gather their own opinion on that because we could, like we had a quick check over all of them. There's so much to look over. There's places where we could be wrong because there's gems in every single one of these leagues.
There absolutely is. And I want to reiterate, in case you missed it at the start, that all of these leagues are S tier in my eyes because, again, they just perpetuated battle rap. But it
Yeah.
is also really fun to get into the nitty gritty. And, my voice is going from talking. So I don't talk this much in years.
me, too,
I
me
used to do
too.
battle rap resume all the time. And now I'm just like kind of getting hoarse. So this has been really fun. And it's just kind of like, it just makes me smile inside, I guess, because it's like we know this weird little subculture so well. Like, we could speak for hours about all this
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe we'll
Don't
revisit
test
it
our
one day.
credentials. Don't
But
test our credentials.
yeah,
We know what we're talking
we
about.
know what we're talking about. So, Cam, finally, where do people go for more Cammy content?
Well, I have a YouTube channel, and it's almost cringe for me to say I'm a blogger, but I have to accept that the heavy is the crown
Hey,
on that wears it.
PG blogger.
Yeah, I guess a PG blogger. So it's CammyGBR on X and on YouTube, man. I just put up a video about 2024 predictions. It's pretty. It gets like pretty good, pretty common, and it already happened, and then it gets pretty wild. So it's like the longer you watch, the crazier it gets. And I'll let you know, Tom, in the message what my wild card prediction is because it's fucking wild. But that's there. We've got UK Battle of the Year panel coming up soon as well, so that's going to be quite powerful. Hope people can check that out too when it's out. Yeah, just keep an eye on the culture. Battle rap resume, man. This guy's one of the fucking goats of this shit. Been here for so long. There's not many people that have interviews with Swave Server and Sue Surf, so give him flowers, subscribe to his channel, like the video, and he's coming back to doing all this stuff. We're trying to reinvent, we're trying to move forward. Please support Tom and all these things that he's doing, man. He's a top guy, top guy.
Appreciate you, Guy. And yeah, no, I'm just really happy with this video. I think this has been a really, really fun video. And I just wanted to spark debate,
Yeah,
because already as you were just talking there, I was looking, I was like, oh no, this would go maybe. And again, some of these leagues we don't really know as well. But I think it is a really, even if you're just a casual battle fan, to think about what is your S, what is your A, what is your B,
yeah,
how are you kind of ranking these things. So yeah, as Cammy said, BRR, we're back in a way. It's not going to be regular, but obviously I've never stopped loving battle rap, following battle
yeah.
rap, and kind of doing this for so long has made me realize that there are people out there who enjoy it like we do it, and they get a kick out of this sort of stuff. And sometimes you got to create the stuff that isn't there that you wish was there. And I always wish that someone did a tier list for the UK leagues. And here we have it. Maybe we can inspire some others as well in the future. But
Follow the innovators, not the imitators.
hey, let's go. So yeah, again, my guy, this has been so good, Cam. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut the stream there. But thank you, dude, and I'll
Salute, my guy. Salute. Let me get a juice or something because my throat